Have you ever had an opinion? What about two opinions? Ever since the dawn of time, the debate of which Pokemon generation is the best has raged on. Tonight, join our four Pokemon Masters for an exciting and thrilling journey as they debate to determine the best. We give you the Great Generation Debate.
What's good, YouTube? That you're back again once again. Today we are here for part 2 of our mini-series known as the Great Generation Debate. Of course, we are here to debate all the individual aspects of each generation of Pokemon and find out which one is the best. Of course, we're joined by yours truly, as well as a few other Pokemon Masters, starting with Sacred Fire Negro.
Hey.
See, I knew Nick was gonna wave. It was so awkward in the first video because I introduced Mo and Nick started waving. I'm like, nigga, that's not you. We're also joined by the Mo.
What's up?
Did you just...
What? Just dab on them, dude.
Dog, just cut that out. Cut that out. Yo. Cut that shit out.
Redo the intro.
Cut that shit out, dog. Cut that shit out.
And we're joined by Numb Nexus. What the fuck was that?
Like, what are you doing?
What the fuck was that?
That's a
Okay, so in the last video, the first part of the series, the mini-series, we spoke about the decks, which is the most important aspect of any generation. Today, we're going to speak about the next important thing, the story. And there's a few individual aspects. See, I didn't tell them what the topic of the video was going to be. I don't want anyone preparing. I want everybody ready to go.
Shit.
I broke it down into a couple different like subcategories, kind of like we had with the decks as well. So let's just dive right into it with the actual meat of it itself. The story, just by itself, the story. Don't get overcomplicated. We're just going to talk about the story to begin with. Of each generation, where do you want to begin?
Gen 5 wins. Gen 5's the best.
Oh, that's not even a
not even an argument.
That's a no-brainer. I can tell you the first thread now is 547. Bam.
547. Yep.
547. I'm not even arguing that.
I agree with
facts.
that.
That's just facts.
No argument.
Nobody agrees with that. And the thing is if people disagree with it, they just change the order of those three. No one disagrees with that.
Those are the best three
guaranteed
stories,
top
period.
3. Gen 3 story is
fucking
fucking whack.
I ain't even gotta talk. Gee, they got it.
Gen 3's lore is good, but the story is like...
Story is fucking whack.
The story,
I'm gonna go ahead and control this monster. Oh no!
The story in Gen 3 is like mad kind of trash. Gen 2 is just a continuation of 1, but 1 is really good. I would argue 1 should be in top
1, then 2, then
check
3.
it.
I would argue 1.
I'm gonna be super complicated with this, right? We said 5, 4, 7. Look, I'm gonna jump all the way to the bottom now. Gen 6 is the weird story, so let's just go ahead and put that in the bottom. We need to forget you, Kalos. You have the weird story.
Kalos. I don't like Kalos, so I agree with that.
How the fuck we going to France? And
Okay, wait a minute. Okay,
I thought if anything, I think, unless you're to break it down more, but just off the top of my head, I think the story that gave us the most lore, I would say, is Gen 6.
Yeah, it gave us an intense amount of lore.
But the way the game plays out,
okay. The thing about
because even if, and normally when I don't like doing this, people like include Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Gen 4, and Oris in Gen 6. Yes, they came out in Gen 6, but I still consider those Gen 3 games, or Gen 3 and Gen 2 respectively. So even if you want to talk about lore, like in Oris, we got the Delta event that just gave us so much more backstory about the entire game.
It really did. Rayquaza started the whole mega thing, so I mean...
I feel like...
Are we gonna include remakes or no? Are we just going based off?
Because if we're bringing in remakes, then I might have to take 4th gen out of that list and put 6 up there. Because like Nappy said,
you're high.
No. Fuck no. Because like Nappy said,
well, no. If you're gonna include, are you talking about X and Y or Oris?
I'm talking all the entire Generation 6. So X and Y when they introduced Mega Evolutions.
That's what I was saying. I would include Oris as Gen 3.
Oris. Are you sure? So we're separating
I would say it'd be
Wait,
like
no,
that.
I'd include Oris Gen 6. It's a Gen 6 game.
I would do Gen 6.
It's a Gen 6 game, but it's a Gen 3 story.
Remake.
We're talking about the story, Nexus.
Yeah, remade in.
So at this point, it just depends on what you're putting them into, because you can put them in whatever. What I'm saying is, because of X and Y and how Oris elaborated on that, I feel like Gen 6 or Gen 3, whatever you want to call it, should be top 3.
Okay, well then, if you want to do it like this, if you want to break it down that specifically, then let's include Gen 6 as X and Y and the Delta event. Because everything else in Oris is still just Gen 3.
So let's do that.
How would we do that? Because
well, if that's the case, then I would definitely put 6 Gen higher.
6 Gen is definitely because my thing is because you have Gen 5. The only best thing about Gen 5 is the overall region, the characters themselves, and Getsus are fucking phenomenal. Gen 5 is the region, but then it's like 7th is very anime-ish. But then 4th is just...
that witnessed that, right?
What? What happened?
You you can't froze for a little bit, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You're
Okay,
good now.
I
Froze for a little bit.
But Gen 4 is carried by Cyrus. That's just one aspect and one character in Gen 4. Oh, definitely. Run that fucking... No, run that. I will argue.
I kind of 50-50 agree.
No. I will argue that.
Well, yeah, it is the 50-50 thing. But like, Doug, you don't like Giratina's not right there, Doug?
No, but that's
what I was going to say.
Part of Cyrus.
I was gonna say
I know
the
it's part of
entire
Cyrus,
Gen 4
is a pretty Doug.
The entire Gen 4 story. Actually, no, I wouldn't even put Giratina in there because you only see Giratina in one game.
Okay, well, yeah, because he's the focus of that game.
Okay, but that's not all of Gen 4.
It's Gen 4 game.
Oh no!
I mean, if you wanna put Giratina that heavy, then in my eyes, that just lessens the value of Gen 4.
I'm still no exactly. I'm saying
what
Cyrus.
If you're gonna put all 3 games based off of one event in one game, that means the rest of the generation doesn't stand up to its own.
Because you look at the competition, like you look at it, that one thing, its competition isn't much. No.
But next,
but it doesn't matter.
My thing is when it comes to Gen 4, the best thing about Gen 4, the whole entire plot, it lagged again. It did it again. Did it not?
See, you guys watching won't see this.
Won't
you won't see
it,
this. Nick is recording his camera, but for us, he's lagging, so he's like mid sentence, mid debate. Go ahead, Nick.
But my thing is, when it comes to Sinnoh as a whole, the only one that actually takes the entire region somewhere is Cyrus, Team Galactic, and whatever legend they decide to use, whatever game you want to call it.
Yes, like every Pokemon
No. But when it comes to Gen 5, where the entire region, the gym leaders, the evil people,
we're not arguing that Gen 5 won.
This is just story on the base.
No. We're talking pure story.
No. You already jumping ahead.
No. But I'm saying
you're jumping ahead to a subtopic.
No,
we're talking
I'm
about
saying
purely just the story itself.
Just the story, dog.
Then
you're jumping ahead, dog.
Then Gen 4, take that out of top 3. I would put Gen 6 in top 3.
Yeah, I agree. I'm trying to.
If you're combining the Delta episode stuff,
plus X and Y, Gen 6 is top 3.
I mean, I'm talking about no. The only reason I said that is because people consider Oris Gen 6, even though it's the Gen 3 story. Yeah, so it's like just take what's been added to Oris, what makes it different from Ruby and Sapphire, and include that as part of Gen 6.
How would you do that? Because that's an Oris thing, though. It's like.
No, it's the Delta episode. That's what we said. It's X and Y, and the Delta episode is all of Gen 6 in this conversation.
That is hard to beat, then. That's a really good story.
I told you. I'm telling you.
That's why I said.
Gen 6 is top
when Nexus
3.
said Gen 6, when Nexus said Gen 6 is bottom of the barrel, I was like, wait a second. That's a lot of lore you're skipping out on. See, I think this is my assumption, and assumptions are trash. But no. That's what I'm saying, Nexus. It's like the lore is a part of the story. Like that's like you say the story in and of itself. I think you're thinking of the gameplay. That's what I think you're thinking of. I agree. The gameplay in Gen 6 is lacking, but the story that they tell, aside from the fact that Team Player wanted to take over because they want to be beautiful,
I want you to know.
I'll give you that. That's trash. But everything else about that story is fire.
I think 6th Gen. Dead ass. I would say 6th Gen. Takes over Gen 4 because that's where we split. That's where in the timeline continuity, that's when that lore split. Because now you have a place without megas, now you have megas. Think about it like this.
There's more than one story told in Gen 6. You have Team Flare's regular storyline, which admittedly, as a team, is not all that.
Nope.
Other teams have done better. But that's not all of Gen 6.
Yep.
You have AZ's backstory. You have the Mega Evolution stuff that Professor Sycamore wants you to do, and then you have the Delta episode.
Which elaborates on more.
That carries.
That's a lot.
That's a
Gen
lot.
as a story.
That's a lot. But to me, no, I still think 4 and 7 is better than that.
I can't agree.
No.
I'm telling you.
I can give you maybe 4th gen, but definitely not 7th. Definitely not 7th.
That's a hard battle.
I'm telling you, my top 3.
Look at his lore, dude. We're talking about his lore, dog.
My
we got
personal
some fucking unbeaten creatures.
Nexus, we don't even know. We don't even fucking know Gen 7's lore. We don't even know. All we're told that this is from a different dimension, and that's it. We don't know shit about Ultra Beasts. We literally don't have any lore.
That's it.
The thing about Ultra Beast is that when they were introduced, they're introduced as they're from a universe where they won, where they killed everything, destroyed everything. They're here now.
Dog. No, you're talking about the after game Ultra Sun and Moon. They won. You're talking about that.
No, in regular Sun and Moon, they were introduced. And when you do the looker stuff, because
because in their world they destroyed their world.
In their world they destroyed theirs. Then they come in and they come over here to destroy ours. That's that.
Yes.
But it's like when it comes to lore, you don't really know anything besides the Ultra Beast. Alola is barren as fuck minus the Ultra Beast. Even the legendaries, Solgaleo, Lunala, they're guardians. They're guardians. But there's no lore. There's no lore.
It's very straightforward. It's very straightforward.
Blunt.
It just says, "Hey, this is our island culture.
That's
like
it.
take it or leave it.
The Guardians.
Like this is the island culture. This is how it works."
Well,
Tababulu destroyed a supermarket.
No, there was the library. You don't remember that where they actually fought? Like they teamed together and they fought up against the beasts. Like they're in the Mali library of Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. They went kind of in depth with the dog.
But I don't think no. But I don't think that specific moment is like the entirety of everything, because that's even then we still don't know a lot about Ultra Bees. We still don't.
It's a lot about ancient.
I mean, we're only going based off of just the story we're playing anyway. We're not going off the lore.
Exactly, because if we're going out, because I think the lore. If we're talking,
well, no, I think it's very hard. Like, this is one of the things that, like, the moment I started the conversation, like, I broke it down into a whole bunch of different subcategories so we can show attention to those things. It's just like the whole point in this series. Like, we could sit here and talk about all generations and everything encompassing it, but when you talk about the story itself, there's, like, different aspects that you have to talk about. Like, I'll tell you right now, I was going to talk about the story overall, gym leaders, the Elite Four and Champion, characters and other NPCs, and the professors themselves. I was going to break it down individually. So I think that if there is one time to talk about lore,
on just the story.
I'm saying if there is one time to talk about lore, it's now. Because lore is a part of the story.
I've been considering the lore.
The thing about me for 7th gen, even with that library and how little attention that they did give it, we still don't know a lot about Ultra Beast. We still don't. Even in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, that was focused on Necrozma. We don't know shit about them still.
Well, I mean, look, this is not really an excuse, so don't take it like that. It's more of a reason. That's kind of the point. They're supposed to be so super, like, unknown, you know what I mean?
Okay, but watch this. When Megas were introduced, right, everybody was like, holy shit, they're this ascension beyond the evolution. And in this Delta episode, not only did they elaborate more on Megas, they actually introduced a separate timeline that we've been playing already. So it's like, how is that not top 3?
I may be top 5.
I'm gonna have to put 4 at like number 3 then.
I would do if
4
we're doing
would knock
6,
down 7 for me.
I would say 6 is number 4 for me. No.
I would for top 4 right now. I would say, that's what I was about to say. I would say 5, 6, 4, 7. That's what I would say.
I would switch 4 and 7 on my list.
Really?
Yes.
Watch
this. I stand Gen 4, but it's only because of.
That's why I'm so shocked.
No. This is why. Because the thing about Gen 4, right, is as a lore, it's more one of those things where it's like Palkia and Dialga, they're the creation, Giratina creation trio, Arceus is the god of all Pokemon, but after that, there isn't much. It's like in the library.
That's it.
No, but that's it. Gen 4
that's supposed to be it.
But Gen 4 but that's not a story. That's not a story.
Nigga, it is.
It's
not.
not.
The only thing that I would slight Gen 4 on, and that's been my issue with Gen 4 the entire time, is Cyrus failed.
Whoa, Chief. Look, he did what he needed to do, and then he failed. He did what he needed to do, and then he failed. It was not his fault.
I mean, I'm talking about ultimately, yes, they all failed. But I mean, like, if you compare it to like 5th gen, They brought that fucking castle out of the ground. They took the fuck over. It was literally end all be all.
Well,
That's the only way you won at
look
the
at
end.
it as well.
The thing
like
about
Cyrus also went into like
the thing about
Cyrus got all the late guardians.
The thing about
Open
Cyrus,
that shit up.
This is the thing about Cyrus, because Cyrus is probably one of the more complex villains. We should wait. I'll wait.
Yeah, you're not talking about Cyrus. Now you're talking about Cyrus.
I'm just scratching the surface. In my mind, like I get what Nick's saying, and we'll talk about that. But in my mind, Cyrus failed and made the best of a bad situation.
Right.
That's essentially what Cyrus did.
That's what makes him complex.
And you can sit there and say that about everybody else. You could say Lysander failed. Sure, that's fine. But I'm weighing everything in the game.
No, you're right.
And like Nexus already said, Giratina is the only thing that carries 4th gen as it is. Nothing else stands up to it in comparison.
You look at it as well, like we can say like in terms of succession and failure, we can look at it as who got the farthest, where Ghetsis did fuck up that castle and the Elite Four. And you can look at it in black and white too. Ghetsis did fuse the fucking Curums, you know what I mean? And
they didn't take over though.
Dog, Ghetsis was so successful, you didn't even fucking fight the champion, dog.
No.
Like, you want to talk about a fire-ass story? That nigga literally took it all the way to the end, dog.
Look. You take a step down. You also got to give my man Cyrus some credit, which we not, all right? He got the League Guardians, dude, all right, which he needed in order to get the Dialga and Palkia, dude. He got up to Ashley the Tower and fucked up Sinnoh, dude. Like, he fucked that shit up. And in Platinum, you see the entire sky turns black. He fucked that shit up.
He was gonna fuck up the entire game.
Hold on. Before you continue, Archie and Maxie did the exact same thing.
Dog, Archie and Maxie didn't do shit. The Beast did.
They did the exact same thing. They fucked up Hoenn. They fucked up Hoenn, dog.
They fucked up Hoenn. Because remember when you unleash them and you get outside, Steven comes down and he's like, look, this is terrible. This is bad. It's rain hard as hell. The waves are...
See, the thing I think is dumb
rain
about
and
that,
sun
though,
over
is
dimensional warping though.
Check it out. The thing is
No,
dumb about that.
entire mountain.
I mean,
but it's
you
still the same.
You can compare natural disasters. At the end of the day, Nexus said he fucked up Sinnoh.
But they
Archie and Maxie did the exact same
check
thing.
Check it, right? The thing about that, though, is that was Cyrus's intention. That was like, their intention was like, oh, wait, this is too far. Cyrus's, how far it went, that was his intention, to go that far. They did not intend to go as far as
they didn't know that was going to happen. They had
Whereas
no
Cyrus,
idea.
he was fully aware that he wanted to go as far as
he was going to throw away his entire team.
Everything. He was fully aware for it.
Honestly,
that's why when he hopped in that Distortion World and he was ready to fuck up Giratina and he got fucked.
When we get to Cyrus, dog, I definitely want to like. I got a lot to say about him because he's a fucking fire.
So we have 5th gen and 6th gen. I know Nexus don't want 6th gen that high, but it's 3-1 right now. So I say 5th and 6th are 1st and 2nd. What's 3rd?
4th.
I gotta say 7. I gotta say 7.
You're not a 4th gen stand.
I gotta
you're not
say
looking
7.
like it.
I gotta say 7.
I kind of want to say.
You're not looking like
honestly,
it.
Honestly,
I kind of want to say 7 as well.
Honestly, because for the story, Gen 7.
How we just discredit 4th gen all the time? What's going on, dog?
Nexus, I told you that shit is overrated, nigga. I've been telling you that.
It's not,
I've been telling you that.
No, because we only talked about lore, right? But then Mo brought it up. How we're talking about the actual story, what you play through. In terms of what you play through, Sun and Moon is
dog,
more
you just
is
said we don't know
anime
shit about the lore about 7th gen. You said
no.
Shit about
But
it.
lore and actual story are two different things. Lore is history. Story is what you play through.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Gen 7,
I would say what's more hype is the scene where Pheromosa and Buzzwole spawn in, and it's Hala versus Buzzwole, and Homegirl versus Pheromosa.
How Lusamine took off, bro. That shit was fire.
When she fused with
Nihilego, not fire.
When she fused with Nihilego, dog.
And
no,
when she fused with
Nihilego,
come on, dog. That
was
fire.
dope. That was dope.
Lore and story.
I gotta say,
I gotta put. Dude.
You know what? Until Nick pointed that out, I gotta agree. I gotta put 7 third, dog.
7 is third, dude.
Even if you put that in my face, I still prefer Gen 4.
Nope, I prefer.
I'm
telling.
I like the Dialga scene.
Hey, I'm saying, I presented.
Gen 4 is better.
I presented. No, it doesn't. No, it's not about better. It's about execution of story. And when it comes to story, Gen 7 has it. Gen 7 has it over 4.
I'm not
when it
saying
comes
it's
to
a
lore,
bad story.
when it
I was
comes
gonna
to
put
lore,
that bitch top 3, dog.
when it comes to lore, I give you this. 4th gen has it. 4th Gen has it, but when it comes to actual story, the gameplay, what you play through, Gen 7 is watching for.
If we're gonna use your actual argument, then why is 6th Gen number 2 if we're gonna use your actual argument? Is this lore so powerful that it should be number 2?
Yes.
Is the actual story?
Yes. No.
Yes.
You wanna know why? You wanna know why it is?
Next
you wanna know why?
we literally just said they introduced an entirely new continuity. You can't downplay that for 4th Gen.
I'm not downplaying it. I'm not downplaying it. I just think you're giving it too much credit, dude.
Watch this. Without Mega Evolutions being introduced, without Gen 7, there would be no split timeline as to
I understand it
Megas
made a split timeline.
and withouts. I want you to know.
And it's not a shitty split timeline either. It's a good split timeline.
The moment they introduced split timelines is the moment they guaranteed Pokemon's longevity. Because now you can bring out whatever bullshit you want to put out because it's a different timeline. That's impact. That is impact. When it comes to 4th Gen, yes, it has the features. You heard that voice crack? Might be. That's
impact. That is impact.
But for real, like when it comes to 4th Gen, I will agree the features introduced in 4th Gen are phenomenal. It's life changing. But when it comes to impact of story and lore, 6th Gen has it.
I think if you're comparing those two, I think 6th Gen.
I hate everything else about 6th Gen,
with the parameters that we discussed, I think the lore definitely hardcore.
Like
carries
you
the
named
story
out
of 6th
things
Gen.
I'm fully aware. I want you to know I'm fully aware of what you're saying, and I'm responding being fully aware.
Nah, if that's what you're gonna say, Nexus, then I have to 100% call bias.
That's what I'm doing, dog.
That's 100%.
That's not biased at all. We're just downplaying 4th Gen, dog.
No, we're downplaying Nexus, bro. Nexus, peep this. 100%. We just said it's introduced an entirely separate continuity. We added Mega Evolution and all of this extra shit, all this lore, a fucking Pokemon War, dog. And you're gonna sit here and tell me that Cyrus failing at what he was trying to do?
Well, see, we shouldn't focus
we literally
on
have 3,000 years. 3,000 years.
And this nigga trying to make a brand new universe. That shit is rot.
Yes, but Nexus, we don't get the story of the creation trio. We're given a TLDR version.
In a
That's all we get.
But we're also including
and even then, Nexus, and even then, we don't even fucking see Arceus in 4th Gen. That nigga wasn't even putting the game.
Now watch this. The thing about Arceus is, and this is the add-on, we weren't supposed to know Arceus was in that fucking game. They just hacked it. There was, oh, hey, here's the flute. It's the Game Shark. Oh, what the fuck is this flute?
Saying,
what's this flute supposed to do? Oh.
I'll give you Gen 4. I give you Gen 4 as number 4. It's top 5, but I think
look,
you're the top 3.
When we get to
Cyrus, if that's the case, then 4th and 7th are tied for 3rd.
That's fine. I'll take the tie because I know I presented my shit. I'm Gucci with 7.
I presented my shit too,
I think the Gen 4 stand in you is coming out.
No, I just laid facts.
With the way I have this series laid out. With the way I have this series laid out, Gen 4 would definitely have its time to shine. But you can't spit facts. You can't say you're talking off facts. When literally everything that we just talked about, Nexus, factually, 7th Gen is better.
I laid all my shit down factually. I laid my shit down, bro. I laid my shit down.
What's the next topic, dog?
For the sake of continuing, I'll say 5, 6, 7, 4th are tied.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna say Gen 1. I'm gonna say 1, 3, 2.
1, 3, 2. I'd agree.
I'd almost.
I'd agree. But I'd agree.
You're gonna put the Gen 2 story over 3? Nothing happens in Gen 2.
Yeah. Look, just go on.
Nothing happens in Gen 2, Nexus. That doesn't make any sense.
I really don't like Gen 3.
I like the Gen 2 story over the Gen 3 story, personally.
But nothing happens.
Team Rocket comes back, and that's really cool.
What the whole thing is, it's a Team Rocket mess. That's all Gen 2 is.
The best thing about Gen 2 is when Giovanni met Silver.
That was nigga.
Well, we're including Gen 2 on its own, which means it's just Gold, Silver, Crystal.
Oh no! If we're killing Gen 2 on its own, put that bitch in the bag.
That is the worst.
Put that John in the bag, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Put that John in the bag.
In my mind, the only thing that carries Gen 2 is the fact that you get to work with Lance, which is dope.
We're not actually including Hark.
Put Gen 2 in the bag, dude.
Then 1, 3, 2.
Put Gen 2 in that bag, dude. Put that shit in the bag.
I was gonna say literally the best part of the Gen 2 story. The best part of the Gen 2 story is Mahogany Town, Red Gyarados and getting to team with Lance is literally the best part of the entire story.
Everything afterwards, I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, actually.
Put Gen 2 in the bag.
We're saying
1, 2, 3.
1.
Sad because I like
2.
Harkle Soul
Yes,
Silver.
1,
that's
3,
exactly
2,
what that's
yeah.
exactly what we're saying.
Yeah.
1, 3, 2. Yeet skeet. Look at that. Why were the last 3 easier than the first 3? What the hell?
Dog,
I mean,
We
it
gotta
wasn't.
debate.
It wasn't difficult for me. It wasn't difficult
Hey,
for me.
I knew my answers coming in, big dog. Shit.
Okay, so the next topic we're gonna speak on is gym leaders. Gym leaders exclusively.
Oh, this one's not even hard. This one's not even hard. This is not.
Okay, wait. Before we start, next is okay. Go ahead.
I honestly would maybe put as far as to saying either Gen 1 or Gen 2 for the best gym leaders.
I 100% thought he was gonna say Gen 4. I 100% thought he was gonna say Gen 4.
What are you
Gen
talking
5.
about? Everyone knows the Gen 2 gym leaders, bro.
I
What?
was gonna
Gen 5
say Gen
gym leaders
5.
I'm gonna
actually
say
played a role.
I'm gonna throw this out there and say Gen 5 for the exact same
No,
reason Mo did.
nope,
It's
nope,
kind of
no,
lacking.
nope,
I'm gonna say it might not be fair because that's again referencing story, but
But
I
they
think
actually did
the
something?
gym. Yeah, the Gen 5 gym
no.
leaders
All right,
actually
all right,
did
all
something.
right,
We're
all
not
right.
doing Gen
even
5
if
for number
peep
one for
this,
this. No,
peep
no,
this,
no, no.
peep this. Even if you were to take that away and say, "Oh, that's a part of the story," we already discussed that. That's fine. Even if you want to do that, I still think the Gen 5 gym leaders
If you take
are
that
at
away,
least top
Gen 1
3.
is my favorite.
No, the Gen 1 gym leaders are cooler.
Gen 1 gym
Light
leaders are
years.
the best.
Like, dog,
I
it's like
just
a 10,
next
12.
is
No,
I
no,
just
if
said
we're doing
top
gym leaders are the
3.
If
Top
we're
three,
taking if we're taking Gen 5's story addition out of it, that's a hard one.
I
That
think
is
it's no.
what
I
Gen
still
1
Gen 1 gym leaders include
No,
It's not. Gen 1 or Gen 2. It's not hard.
Amazing.
Because then that's
I think
How's
Gen
that hard?
1 Gen 1 heavily carries with nostalgia. And I can respect that. But if you try your hardest to remove that nostalgia, is Gen 1 really still up there? Those
They
gym
got
leaders are
cool
pushing.
ass
Yeah.
gym leaders.
Gen 1
Absolutely.
okay,
Yes.
If you
All of them are
if you
iconic.
remove nostalgia, Gen
They're
1
still
is at
cool
least
as
is at
shit.
least 2 or 3. I
It's
can't
top
give it 1.
two. It's
I
top
can't
two.
give
Can
it
you even
1.
sit down and name all the Cal's gym leaders, dog?
I don't have to.
Yes.
That's the last one. Or not the last
Yes.
one for me. That's the
I was gonna say,
no,
I
no,
actually
no,
can
no, no,
too.
no, no,
I
no,
actually
I'm a
can
fucking
too, yeah.
Pokemon master,
Let
dog.
me see,
Yes.
let me
But a
see,
lot of
because-
people can, dog. A lot of people
I
can.
can't.
Hold on,
I
hold
hate
on.
that. I hate
'Cause
that.
I-
No,
we
you know what?
consider
No,
Gen
no,
7
peep
in this.
this.
They had
No,
totem
peep
trials.
this. Peep this. I'm putting Gen 7 last, not 6.
Yeah,
Gen
that's totem
7
trials.
is
That is
last.
a gym leader.
That works.
Gen 7 is
That's
100%
definitely last.
Hold on.
Gen
dude.
1 has
I-
Giovanni as the 8th gym
honestly-
It's
leader.
Gen 1 or Gen
Okay.
2. It's not hard. It's Gen 1 or Gen 2 for number 1. It's not hard.
Hold on.
And Gen
I-
2
if-
because it
if
has
you-
16
if you
gym
would-
leaders.
If you want to talk about Gen 2, if we're comparing those two, 2 is first for me.
It's
That's
either one or the
that's-
other.
16 gym
It's one or
leaders.
the other, dude.
Now that's a good hot take, boy. I tell you that.
2 is first for me because, like I said, the Gen 1 gym leaders are fucking pushovers. I don't care what you say. You can say they're iconic. You can say this and that. They are fucking easy to beat even in Gen 1. They fucking suck. Gen 2,
pick Charmander.
how many people talk about having nightmares over Whitney?
I mean, you're right, dude.
And tell me,
Whitney-
when you battled Claire for the first
I-
time and you saw Kingdra for the first time in your life,
Whitney,
you weren't like, wait
Claire-
a second, dog.
I ain't gonna lie to you, dog.
Blue is the last gym leader. I think
I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Number 1 for me might be 2.
I think second gen easily. If
Number
you're
one- number one
demanding,
is two.
if you're
Number one is two.
demanding first and second gen to be
Number
there,
one is
2 is first.
Number 1 is 2.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Was fine
I
with one or the other. I'm fine with 2 being first.
Number
dude.
2
That's
is
cool.
first.
Well,
5
Number 2 is worst. I think 5 should be number 2.
no, I don't
I
even
agree.
think 5 should be top.
And I think number 3.
How?
They're not that
When the
cool.
first gym,
They're
the
not
first
that
gym,
cool,
the
dog.
first gym, you literally have 3 different leaders, dog.
That's not that cool. That's not that cool, dude.
No, not only that, but do you have 3 different gym leaders for the first one, and then they give you new ones in the sequels? We literally have more than 8.
Nobody cares about that. That's just not that cool, dog. That's just not that. No. We're not putting Gen 5, dog.
What?
I will 100% not, dude. No.
No,
Not the
nah,
Gen.
Nexus.
No, dude.
Nah,
No.
Nexus.
I'm
nah.
fighting this
Nah.
one. No.
You're not gonna
dude.
sit here.
They're
You're
not
You're not
that cool.
downplaying Clay.
No,
you're not
dude.
doing that. You're not doing that.
dude. Motherfucking Drayden,
You're not doing
dude.
this. Drayden
No,
and Iris
dude.
and Clay, you're not doing this.
Nigga, you just
And plus, we got our first fucking black gym leader in 5th gen too. No, you're not doing this, Nexus.
I'm doing this.
You're not
I'm
doing
doing
this.
this.
You're not
No.
doing this.
Absolutely
No.
not.
If there's one time I'm putting my foot down against a 4th gen
I'm
stand,
putting my
right
foot
now.
I
shit
don't-
down,
I
dog.
don't-
Played a
This is
role,
some 5th gen
too.
stand shit. No,
Nah.
the gym should not be there. No.
I'm not
I'm
even
gonna
a
say-
5th gen stand.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
gonna
lie to
say
you,
5th
dog.
gen should be
No.
second.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
dude.
Fifth gen's number 2.
No.
And I think
Fifth gen's number
third
two.
for
I'm-
me.
you niggas are high. You
Third
niggas
for
are high,
me,
dog.
dead ass. Honestly, and this is honestly Sinnoh for me. For third.
I don't agree.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
after that,
I don't agree.
if you're gonna do
Gen
something-
4 is like middle, in the middle,
honest-
dog. They're in the middle.
I know. Only reason why I put Gen 4 over Gen 1 is because, like Nappy said, I don't know. I didn't really have a challenge when it came to Kanto personally. First go, but Sinnoh was actually really like good. Like Maylene,
Yeah, some of them are challenging.
Crasher, Wake, Fantina, Byron, nigga, Volkner, Candice.
I just wrote this down. Gen 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7.
Wait, run that back.
Gen 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, 6, 7.
I think
3, 4.
You got to admit, Gen 3, we had two different gym leaders at the end, we had a double battle gym leader.
Everybody knows Tate and Lizo's hard as fuck to battle. Everyone knows it, dog.
And you're gonna take into account their gyms as well.
Yep. Pretty unique.
I think for all that Gen 3 has going against it, its gym leaders are pretty fucking
Like, its gym
dope.
leaders are pretty cool. No, I agree. I mean,
tell me how many people aren't in love with Watson's thick ass? That nigga is just dope.
That nigga cool, dog. He's a hoe and how.
I would not put.
I still can't agree.
Personally,
I still can't agree.
I couldn't do it.
How? Really? I don't think. To be honest,
well, the only thing that stops me is 5 placement. That's it for me, dog.
If you want me to be honest, I'll 100% say I remember 6th gen's gym leaders more than 4th.
That's just because you haven't played in a minute, though.
That's a take.
That's not true. I've played 4th gen. The one time I almost completed the Pokédex was 4th gen. I played 4th gen just as much as all of you here. I think 4th gen gym leaders. When I think of 4th gen, the only gym leader that comes to mind is what's her name in Snowbell City.
Candice?
One of the most irrelevant ones.
That's probably the most irrelevant one.
Nigga, Maylene,
Byron,
my man,
Volkner.
Wait, you want to talk about? No. I'll give you Candice and Crasher Wake. Crasher Wake's dope, and maybe Fantina. The rest of them are irrelevant as shit.
Volkner had a whole story though.
Volkner's boring.
Volkner's
boring. He doesn't even want to fucking speak to you, dog.
That's kind of his boring. That nigga's antisocial as fuck,
edgy,
dog.
Dude.
That's why his counterpart.
You literally see him for 1/20th of the entire game. You can't gas Volkner's story, dog. It's nothing.
Yeah, you can't.
It's literally nothing.
Bro, you can't gas the story, dog. You can't, dog. Come on, I was with you.
But he's cool.
No.
I was with you, bro.
Like I said, the 4th gen, like the charm of the gym leaders are for me. Like off appearance alone, like they have a lot of personality in their design. Like I'm sorry, Gardenia,
they're
Crasher,
memorable.
Wake, Fantina.
No, you're right.
I don't think so.
Like I don't think so. I think like when it comes to that's just that. I think four for me, when it comes to the list, because I'm looking at them right now, it would be 2nd gen, it would be 5th gen, it would be 4th, 1st, 3rd, 6th, and then 7th.
4th is number 3?
Yes.
No way. No way. Not after y'all sat here. After y'all sat here and talked about how iconic Gen 1 was. You were about to put Gen 1 as number 1, dog.
Hey, this is no y'all shit. That's that nigga down there, dog.
If there's one thing that I will not allow, it is Gen 4 being top 3. No way.
Gen 5 should not be top 3.
They're too fucking boring and basic. No.
Nigga, Gen 5 should not be top 3. That's gotta go. That's gotta go. I'd at least maybe put Gen 3 in top 3, but Gen 5 gotta go, dog.
Look, I want you to know, I'm all for having the opposition, but I'm telling you, honestly, the thing about 1st gen, right? The thing about 1st gen is just Kanto overall. Is I don't know, it's just Kanto. Like we've seen Kanto over and over again. So of course those characters, different iterations, it's easier for them to be fleshed out because they've been pushed up down our throats so many times. And so it's like
everyone knows the Kanto.
Everybody knows. No. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's because they were shoved. There's so many Kanto rehashings when it comes to
that's
just
not
Pokemon in general.
Though. You
No. But that's what I'm saying. Kanto by themselves for the gym leaders have to be top 4 for me, but only at 4. That's just for me. I'm up.
No.
I would say, like I said, I would say
check it out. Here's my order. Check out my order. I got 2, 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7.
No.
That's what I got.
No.
Gen 5 gym leaders are mid.
The only thing wrong with that, Nexus,
Gen 5
is
gym
Gen
leaders
5.
are a mid. They're a mid.
They're not.
You guys are
They're
too
not
much,
at
bro.
all.
They're not top 3.
They're
not top 3.
They're not at all.
No,
they're
dude.
not mid
Hey,
whatsoever.
No,
Nexus, the
dude.
Nexus, answer this for me. What about Gen 5 gym leaders is lacking in your opinion?
To me, right now, if we're gonna go by the gym leaders, and everyone knows gym leaders, they're not nowhere near as iconic as the top 3. They're not. And it's a fact. They're not.
Gen 5 gym leaders are more memorable than Gen 4.
But it's above 4, dude.
Yeah.
And what
I
are
said
your
in my
top
list.
3?
What are your top
2, 1, 3.
I would definitely not put Gen 5 above 3. As dope as Gen 3 is,
I wouldn't either, dog. I wouldn't either. That's what you just said. I wouldn't put a 5 over 3 either, dude.
3 over 5, whatever. I wouldn't put 3 over 5 at all.
Yeah.
Nah, 5 definitely.
Really?
I think 5 definitely deserves to be in the top.
That's too
3.
much credit.
Five-
I don't think
five-
it does.
If you want
credit.
to put Gen 5, if you want to put Gen 5 number 3, sure. But Gen 5 definitely deserves to be top 3.
It's like a mid.
It can't be
It's
a
like
mid, dog. It can't be a mid, bro. I'm
It's
sorry.
a
It cannot.
mid.
Bro,
Nexus, like I said, we literally had 3 different gym leaders for the first one. Then they changed it.
That's
in the
not
sequels.
cool though. That's
And we had
That is cool. When
a-
was that
they
done?
introduced
When was that
a
done,
whole new
dude?
second gym leader. In the first game, we had our first African American gym leader.
Cool.
On top of that, they changed the last one as well. No, you're not downplaying that. You're not downplaying that.
I don't really
Not
care
at
about
all.
it. I'm sorry,
and
dude.
then-
I don't really care about
Not at
Lenora.
all. Not at all.
And the thing
Not
about
at all,
and the
dog.
thing about like 5th gen as a whole is that like in both iterations there's always like
dog,
some
whoa,
type
whoa,
of
whoa.
like what?
Bro, no whole, just gym leaders. No as a whole, just.
No, I'm talking about like the gym leaders from both games.
Gym leaders as a whole.
From both games.
Okay,
There's like development there. So I guess story bias kinda, but it's one of those things where it's like when you have reoccurring gym leaders like Charon, for instance, when you meet Charon in Gen 1 in like the first iteration,
That shit was-
he's your
There's a
rival.
story to it
No,
as
no.
well.
He's your rival, right? But then he's a gym leader. You don't talk, you don't see.
That's just like blue. That's just like blue.
No. He's a gym leader. Lenora's a gym leader still. Berg has some type of like dialogue. Alyssa's entire. She becomes a better. She becomes a better
But look,
version of herself.
The things that you're
Clay
saying
is
right
still the
now.
same guy.
Look, while you. No, keep
It's
going,
like
keep going.
Skyla's still the same girl. She's just wiser, nigga. Iris from being Drayden's
champion.
pupil,
Becomes
she's the champion.
Okay,
Dude,
check it out,
like,
but I'm
come
not
on,
downplaying that. I'm not
There-
downplaying that.
there-
What you
there's-
fail to
but you
understand,
are.
what you
You
fail to
are.
understand, what you fail to understand is that is not top 3. That's not. The
How is
other,
that top
but
three?
next,
the
you're
other
not
3 ones that I
explaining why.
recommended, because I was gonna get into it. Check it out, right? The Gen 2 gym leaders, right? Everyone knows the Gen 2 gym leaders and how much of a struggle they give to you. Nobody argued that. That's number 1. Cool.
Okay.
We don't even argue that, right?
That's
it was
fine.
a powerful, it was a stressful. No one argued that. Okay, cool. Gen 1 gym leaders, you guys downplayed them hard, dog. I don't know what you're talking about. Some of those shits, they give niggas problems. I don't know, dog. You seen
Name
JYT?
one.
You see JYT and Erica? What you do to her, dog?
Yeah, he
What
wasn't
happened
playing
to that?
regular Gen 1.
He was
What
playing a
happened?
hacked
Look at that.
version of Gen
I didn't-
1.
He was playing
look
a
at it.
hacked version. He wasn't playing regular Gen 1.
That was a meme. Come on, dude. Look at it. When it comes to that,
You're
everybody got.
You're
everybody,
trash. You're
look,
so garbage, dude.
Look, everybody got
No,
lost from
dog.
Lieutenant Surge's
I'm
gym. We're not even
sorry.
gonna talk about that. Niggas have problems with Lieutenant Surge's.
Hey, you're
You'd be
right. I got
surprised.
triggered by it.
You'd be surprised.
But Lieutenant
Yup.
Surge himself, that nigga had what, 2
Watch
Pokemon?
this next.
facts. In Pokemon Yellow, he had one, so you're right.
Next. The most difficult thing about Lieutenant Surge was his gym to get to him.
That is included in the gym leader thing. Their gym.
If anything, to me, that downplays it. I fucking
That
hate
downplays
gym, dog.
him.
Now, we're
fucking hate
including
that
gym
gym,
leaders.
dog.
We're gonna talk about their gyms as well, dude. They have to
Yeah,
we're
and,
talking-
and I am, and I'm telling you, I dislike it more because
Gen
of his
5
gym.
gym designs are like some of the best designs.
Exactly.
It was
Yes!
supposed to be tilting. That's the point. It was supposed to be tilting. Look. No, dude. No.
You're not winning this, dog.
No.
I want you
I
to
can't
know
give
you're
you
not.
There's
this,
too
dog.
much
I
hype for
can't
Gen
give you
5.
this.
Lower that shit.
And
Open
even
your
then,
eyes.
There
that means
isn't.
Gen
Nexus,
4
there
really
literally
is below Gen
isn't.
There's
3.
too much hype for it. It shouldn't be top 3 for everything we ever do. No, dude. No.
Nigga,
Nexus-
it's a good generation.
Nexus-
I'm not
Nexus-
saying
It was
it's
Nexus-
not.
no.
Nexus-
I'm not
I'll
saying
tell you
it's
right
not,
now,
but it
Gen
should be top
5,
three for
Nexus,
everything.
Nexus, Gen 5 was the peak of Pokemon games.
Watch this.
There has
Nappy,
been one
Nappy,
issue or another with it since.
Nappy. What is the categories again? It's
Right now, we talked about story. Right now, we're on gym leaders. Next will be the Elite Four and champion. Then characters and other NPCs, and then the professors.
Nexus Gen 5 is at least winning like 2 more of these. I hope you know that. I hope you know
No.
that.
I'm
I
not gonna
hope
be
you
here
know
for
that.
I'm not
No,
gonna
yes, you are. You're gonna hear this shit.
I will defend other generations.
That's
That's what I'm gonna do.
That's
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna defend other generations, dog.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
hear
defend other
this.
generations.
You're gonna hear this, dude.
I will give you 1 over 5. In the art of compromise, I'll give you 1 over 5. But Gen 5 is easily top 3, dog.
Why would it not
we
be
all
over 3
agree
though? Why would it not be? Why is 3 not over it though?
It can't
because the 3 it just can't be. Like the gym leaders are on there are like they hold weight for the same reason as Gen 1. They're just iconic. They're memorable. But that's about it. Like we had our first double battle
Gen 5 has like evolution of each gym leader. They all like go through like a story. There's Black 1 and
I will say that
2.
their gyms are really cool. I like Drayden's gym with the spiral dragon thing. That shit was cool.
One of them becomes the champion.
I'm not calling it bad though. I'm not calling it bad.
Comparatively, Gen 3 had the same thing. You know, Wallace became champion and Juan replaced him, who was the original gym leader of the gym. So it's like Gen 3 has its perks, yes. That's why I would put Gen 3 over others. But Gen 5, dog, you can't downplay everything they brought.
I'm not downplaying everything.
It's literally the generation.
It's a mid.
If anything,
I put it mid. I didn't put it bottom.
They literally brought. Gen 5 gave us the most gym leaders too. It did.
Yeah, Black 1 and Black 2.
Between Black 1 and Black 2, it did. It gave us the most gym leaders.
Yeah. I'm not downplaying that shit. It's a mid for me, dog. It's a mid.
If it's a mid, you are downplaying it.
That's not downplaying it.
Yes, you are.
I'm not calling it God tier. I'm not calling it trash.
Because how is a generation
perfectly in the mid?
How is a generation impactful
you're not winning this
and a
one,
mid? How is it a mid and impactful?
Because you act like all the other ones aren't impactful, dog.
Nigga, no, we're not saying that. But when it comes to comparing the generations, which the whole point of this is, 5th gen just kicks ass with the gym leaders.
It wins, dude.
That's why I put it 4. I understand. That's why I put it number 4.
And on top of that, in Black and White and Black 2 White 2, all the same gym leaders that are in Black and White have different gyms in Black 2 White 2. So even when you talk about gym design, it literally just gave us the most. How? Nexus, how?
That's why I put it number 4.
You're just a hater!
That's why I put it number 4. That's why I put it number 4.
Nexus, you gotta have like
I like Gen 5. I like Gen 5, but it does not deserve to win everything. It doesn't, dude. No.
Oh, no. I want you to know, Nexus. Like I said, dude.
No, it gets too top tier, dude. There are things that are just mid, and it's okay to be mid.
No, Nexus.
It's a mid.
Nexus, yo, peep, dog, peep. The compromise at this point, if you would have given us Gen 5 on par with something else that's tied near it, but your Gen 5 list has, your list has Gen 5 too low to even approach that.
It's number 4.
Now it comes to what would you rather? I'll give you this one. What would you rather have in second place, 1 or 5?
In second place, I honestly. That's what I gotta think about.
Dog, eat dick, dog.
Eat dick, dog.
That's what I gotta think about.
Personally,
because that determines the top 3.
That's me as like
that determines the top 3 because
person.
you have the 3 of us right here telling you that top 5. Gen 5 is top 3.
Yeah.
So no matter what, at the end of the day, Gen 5 has to be top 3. But since you're so anti Gen 5 for whatever reason, I'll let you choose.
It's not that I'm anti,
what's in second place, 5th gen or 1st gen? Because 1st gen is the only one that's been debated for being top 3.
I'm saying a 1st gen, dude. I'm saying a 1st gen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have 2.
I could agree with that.
2, 1, 5. I'm fine with that. Gen 1 as.
Saying a 1st gen.
I get the iconicness behind it. Whatever. I get it. I'm down with that. 2, 1, 5. What's in 4th place? 3.
I think for personal, I'm gonna keep my shit away. But for the sake of the actual consensus, I think
you're
third
not putting
is.
I
think third is for it. My personal is whole different. My personal is totally different.
I think putting Gen 3 at number 4 is appropriate. We just sat here and listed all these things Gen 3 brought.
It's just a spot
I think
lower.
I think it's appropriate. What comes in 5th place?
That's when 4th comes into play for me.
Yep, I put 4th and 5th.
That's when 4th comes into play.
4, 6, 7.
I can give you that. I can give you that.
Then 6, 7.
4,
there
6,
you
7.
go.
4, 6, 7.
All right.
Okay. I can go with that.
All right. There we go. Jesus,
fuck.
That was.
I can go with that.
You were difficult, my nigga.
Nexus.
No,
I'm
just
you,
logical.
dog.
I'm not with this shit, dog.
Dog. No, Nexus, you need to play through 5th gen again, dog. That was a bomb-ass game.
I like Gen 5. I like it, dude. I like that shit.
You can't be slandering it like this.
I think I'm not slandering it. I said it's a mid. How is that slander?
That's slander.
I didn't call it trash at all. I didn't call it trash.
That's calling it average, dog. And it's anything but.
Gen 5 average? Hell
Yeah, that's
no.
what I thought
Dog,
of gym
next
leaders
topic,
were.
dog. Next
That's what I thought
topic,
of
bro.
gym leaders were. That's what I thought of gym leaders were.
That
Crazy.
can't be it.
That's
That cannot
actually
be
crazy,
it.
dog. I can understand if you didn't put
Gym
Gen
leaders
1,
are
I mean
average.
Gen 5 as first, but calling it average,
I thought of
that's
gym leaders were
kind of
average.
wild.
I thought of gym leaders were average.
That's
Gym leaders were average.
crazy.
Can you imagine being carried
Alright.
by your own gym?
All right, so now we have one that I really don't think Gen 5 is going to win. Nexus is the Elite Four and Champion.
Oh my god, I like Gen 5, dude. But Champion,
How?
no, we're not letting that little black girl win in that shit. No, dude.
Whoa.
Elite
Hell no,
Four
dog.
and
She's not winning
champion.
this.
We're talking about
This is-
E4 and Champion.
E4
I think
and
I would argue for Gen 5 being top 3, maybe 3 at the end. But I definitely don't think Gen 5 is number
I
one.
like Gen 4's champion.
Gen 4.
It's not even
Gen
hard.
4.
Cynthia's number one. It's not even hard.
Gen 4 is Elite 4 and
It's
champion.
Cynthia,
really
I'll give you,
Steven,
I'll give
and
you,
Blue.
number
I'll
one as
give you,
well.
I'll give you Gen 4 for its champion, not its Elite 4.
Elite 4
I
is
think
like
I
really
think
lackluster.
Gen
Elite
4's
4's
Elite
cool.
4. No, Gen 4's Elite 4 is easily the most irrelevant. Easily.
Well, I mean,
the
you're
most
kind of
irrelevant.
right there. You're right
It's
there.
pretty-
It's pretty.
easily
It's
the
not
most
memorable
irrelevant.
at all. It's not memorable.
It's
at all.
not. All four of them. I don't even know the dude's the
It's
first
Aaron.
Elite 4 member.
Aaron.
I
the bug
get
guy.
him and Lucius or Lucian from Gen 2 mixed up all.
A
the
lot of
fucking
people
time.
get him and Sydney get mixed up. A lot of people get him.
I
and
like
Sydney
Black
mixed
and
up.
White's Elite 4 though. That shit's dope.
Wait, this is just champion, right? It's just champion, or
it's
it's all?
Gen 4, it's Elite
This
4
is
and
the
Wait,
champion.
entire thing.
Are we including
So it's
Elite
like-
Four as
the
well? So the whole
Pokemon League. The Pokemon League, Elite
Wow.
4 and Champion.
That's
That's why I said Gen 4. The only thing Gen 4 has going for it in that department is Cynthia.
He's a champion. No, you're right. 100%. Cynthia carried their whole league. That's true. Then we're their
I mean-
diverse team, which is insane.
Well, then if that's the case, Gen 5's Elite 4 is carrying because Alder's
But
fucking garbage.
Their champions
Hey!
are really bad.
But we
Hey,
also
you-
have
hey.
Iris.
Nigga.
I mean, me personally, I like
Ice
Alder.
Beam
Alder's
away.
cooler. Alder's
I
cooler.
like Alder just in
Alder's
general.
cool.
I'll agree.
Alder's
Alder's battle.
personality.
Alder's battle was lacking only because they wanted to give him all the fancy Gen 5 mons.
all these
they
weird
wanted to
mods
give him
that
a
just they
unique
lose
team.
to Stone Edge, dog. It's like,
No, I'll give you that much. But I think Alder as a character is dope as shit.
no, as a character, he's easy one of our best champions. He's cool as fuck. Nigga reminds me of Jiraiya with orange hair. He's cool as fuck.
my list.
You know
for top
who
three.
I'm gonna put
No,
as
I'm
number
saying
one?
Steven number two. Steven number two for me.
You know who I'm gonna put as number 1 on this list? Gen 2.
I was actually
Lance?
Nah.
Lance
No, wait,
as
no,
champion.
mine is Gen 1
You
though.
want to talk about because we could talk about with Iris as well. But Lance's character progression from Gen 1 to Gen 2
Sorry, dog.
easily. He went from
I
being
could
Elite
give
4
that
member to
top
being
3.
champion.
Pull up at Seafoam Islands and get
Alright,
Articuno.
alright, so,
and
so,
plus on top of that,
so-
he's a fucking Dragon Master
I
as
think-
champion.
Lance
like,
is
that
cool.
embodies what a
Lance,
champion
no, Lance
is.
is cool,
I
but
ain't gonna lie
it
to
just
you.
sucks that there's
I ain't
cooler.
gonna lie
It
to you,
sucks that there's
dog.
cooler.
I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I think Steven is gonna be my number 1.
Yep. Oh.
I don't fight that. I don't fight that.
think-
Steven's
I
my
think-
favorite champion.
You
I
a
want
hot
you to
taker,
know-
dog.
No,
You a hot
no,
taker.
no, no, no. I want you to know it's one of those things where it's like it's like Lance in first gen, you don't see him until the Elite Four, right? In second gen, you see him and he's stopping Team Rocket as he should be. He's a champion. You battle him in Elite Four, and that's cool, right? You get the third gen, nigga. Steven.
Well, you didn't see him in Gen 1 because he wasn't the champion. He was.
No, he was the Elite Four. You don't see no
he's
Elite
saying,
Four.
no, he's saying in general.
In general,
well, technically, no. Technically, Lance was champion in Gen 1.
Yeah, it's just
Until-
Gary beat him.
Gary
Until
beat him.
Gary showed up, until Blue showed up.
So really, Lance is just going off of the same reason that we gave Tyranitar top 3 because it's Lance, like it's Lance, right? But
Well, no,
Steven,
and on top of that, you can't gas. Who are we talking about just now? Oh, the gym leaders from 5th gen. You can't gas the gym leaders from 5th gen and saying that they actually had something to do with the story, and in turn not
Versus
give Lance credit for that.
Exactly.
Lance is the
Exactly,
exact
dog.
same thing.
But
Exactly.
my thing is Lance. I mean, Steven, right? Steven as a whole, from when
Steven
you
did
meet
too.
him, all the way till when he's the champion. He is the champion in Gen 3. From when you meet him, he has put his foot down in everybody's ass. Every time you see him, he's helping you. Every time you see him,
Wait,
he's doing his champion duties.
Yo, not to cut you off, how are we gonna go about like Wallace and Juan? Are we just gonna fuck them or?
Combine.
No, we've been talking about them with gym leaders. What do you mean?
I think they're gym
Steven
leaders.
and Wallace are like.
I think
I mean, if
well,
you want to, because I said Juan's not a champion.
No, I'm saying
Steven
talking
and
about
Wallace would be
Talking about
combined.
Wallace.
Steven and Wallace are the champions. And
Yeah,
I mean, I
talking about
know
Wallace.
in 5th gen we talked about the gym leaders total, so we can talk about the champions total, and that doesn't change anything. Wallace is trash, my nigga. He has a fucking Whale Lord. The only challenging one on his team is Gyarados. Wallace is an ass
Kingdra's
champion.
there.
Dog, his Kingdra's AIDS. Have you not faced that shit?
Kingdra's there.
Double,
Yeah.
dude, dog, his
But-
double
but-
Beat
team
that
shit.
nigga's ass.
But
His
even
double
then,
That
team
nigga
is
has
trash.
a wish cash. That nigga has a wish cash. You're not gassing wish cash,
but
dog.
even then, I feel like not only did Steven provide the challenge when it was necessary, he played a big role in his story. I feel like overall he's the best champion we've had.
Okay, but
I would put him number one.
Like
And
Cynthia didn't
you
play
know
a
what?
role
The
in her
only
game.
reason
Cynthia,
Cynthia
No,
didn't
no,
do
no, no,
anything.
no. Now watch
She
this.
played a role in her story as well.
Now watch this.
Cynthia
That's-
offered guidance, but she didn't do anything.
Yeah, she offered a lot of guidance. Yeah, a lot of guidance.
That's it.
But that's why when it comes to champions, I feel like overall, I feel like Steven and Cynthia have to be top 3. They have to.
And you know what? You
No
know what
one's arguing
else?
that, of
I'll give you Steven even more as number 1 because Steven's actual character is dope as
is
shit.
phenomenal, dude. He is a
Yeah, but
bruh.
Cynthia's is too. I saw
His
him
actual
dog.
his actual
No.
character. I'm talking about like the role he plays in the game. Everything about him, like his story, his backstory, his role as champion, everything about Steven. The only thing that's lacking for Steven is his team. But even then, he's got a fucking Metagross. So fuck the rest of his team.
I'm telling you, he's phenomenal.
He just got a Garchomp.
He is.
Think it's the same thing for her.
Metagross is cooler than Garchomp.
No,
Metagross is cooler than Garchomp, dog.
take dog.
And you know what's crazy? You
computers now.
know what's crazy? In the last episode, we actually agreed that third gen had the better pseudo.
because
That's 'cause
they
they
We
have
had
to.
third gen had the better pseudo.
Because it had
Because
two.
Third
it
gen has the better
Because it had
pseudo.
two.
Dog.
Because it had
That's
two.
only 'cause-
dog.
It's not just because it has two.
But
No, I agree, 'cause it had two.
But back.
Okay, if that's the case, the third gen wins again. It has 2 champions.
Only. Ooh.
No. We call Wallace.
Nah, he running that. Nah, he got that. But what I want to bring back is not only because now it's not only champions at that point because now it's the Elite Four.
Yeah, you gotta
If
factor
we're
in
talking
the
about
E4,
Elite Four,
which I think it's
Gen
fair.
3
No,
has
I think
the
it's fair.
best.
I think
What?
it's fair to talk about the champions first, and then pull
then the
from the
Elite Four.
overall
Yes,
grouping
that's
of
what
the
we're
Elite
doing.
Four.
That's what
Because
we're doing.
that's what you were talking about with Cynthia. You're like, Cynthia has got to be top 3. No, Cynthia doesn't have to be top 3 because the Pokemon League is ass. Cynthia is the only redeeming quality of that entire league. Literally, that entire
Split
league
is
is
cool,
ass.
too.
No,
Split
that
is
nigga is
cool, dog.
irrelevant. That nigga is irrelevant.
Not in the game.
Irrelevant, dog. Irrelevant.
I just
100%. Don't even try that, dog.
I just
Don't even
want
try
She's
that.
in the backstory.
I
the
just
after
want to make
game.
sure. I just want to make sure that number 1 is Gen 3. It has to.
I
it has
agree.
to go to Gen 3. Nothing.
I give,
no.
I know. I
It
give
has
Gen
to
3
go to
number
Gen
2.
3, dude.
I give Gen 3
What's
number 2,
one?
but not number 1. Nigga, Cynthia.
No.
Cynthia's number 1. Cynthia is
No,
number 1.
next is we're talking about the league overall.
talking about
Cynthia does not
overall,
carry that
dog.
hard. She does not carry that hard. If she had at least one memorable Elite Four member, then I would say sure.
I
But
think
no.
she
as a
does carry
whole
that hard.
triggers
We
me.
can kind of use
League
the
as a
6-10.
whole.
We can use the 6-10 argument for it where the Lord
Dog.
carries that hard. Cynthia actually carries that hard.
No, she doesn't. No, she
She
doesn't.
does. Yes,
No,
does.
she doesn't.
She
No, she
definitely
doesn't.
is
Doesn't
Gen
she?
3's
Wait,
most
Gen no,
challenging
peep this.
gym
Peep this.
Doesn't she
Gen
get her ass
3's
beat by
Elite Four.
Cyrus?
Gen 3's Elite Four is better than Gen 4's.
The Elite Four, absolutely.
Okay,
champion
but
is
then that's
Cynthia-
it. That's
Cynthia
it. Then as a
carries so
whole,
hard.
Gen
Cynthia
3
carries
takes it.
so hard because I'm using the
No.
Gen 6 argument you guys use. If the Lord carries that hard, Cynthia carries that hard.
Okay,
She's
but
really-
Nexus,
if
but
the
Nexus,
lores-
but
if-
Nexus.
if
When
we're
we're
talking
talking about the
lores,
story,
hold on, dude.
we dropped 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different examples of why
If
the
we-
lore
we could
carries
just
that hard.
no, we could just look
If
at her
we're-
team
if-
and
okay,
they're
no, wait. If we're talking between Cynthia and Steven, the best thing Cynthia has over Steven is she has a well-rounded
say
team.
something. Absolutely,
That's
and nigga,
it.
that
No.
that's key.
I'll give you peep this.
And
Peep
that
this.
is
I'll
it.
give you
That
Gen
is
4.
it.
I'll give you Gen 4. It might be top 3, but as number 1,
No. Gen
Yes,
4,
dude.
No.
Gen 4 is top 3,
No.
but only at number 3.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. No, Nexus. The only thing Gen 4 has going for it is Cynthia, and that's it. You can't sit here and tell me, 1 out of 5 trainers deserves
I can.
first place.
I mean, the only thing Gen 6 has is lore, but it was number 2.
Are we setting Gen 1
Nigga,
mid then?
but the lore is like 98% of the
Yeah,
conversation.
and her team is like 90% of this combo. Her team is better than every other champion, dog. Her team is the best team out of any other champion.
Okay,
Facts.
but Nexus, we're talking about the league as a whole,
And
not
she
just the
carries
champion
that
and
league.
their team.
She can
not
carry
that
her
hard.
entire league, dog.
Not that hard.
Super
not that
hard, bro. Super
not that hard.
hard.
Not that hard.
These
Not
don't
that
make
hard.
sense
It
anymore.
can't be, dude.
Not
These
that
don't
hard.
make sense anymore.
Yes,
They
they
stop
do.
making
It
sense.
does.
Yes,
Nexus,
we're
you're
we're
thinking
presenting
about
the
one
facts.
aspect.
They don't
So okay, peep this. Peep this. If I say, what's the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to Gen 4 Pokemon League?
Cynthia.
And that's the only thing that comes to mind.
When it comes
That's
to
it.
when it comes
Well, if
when
you
it comes
play
to
That's
Gen
the
3,
game,
right?
Any other generation, if I say talk about the Pokemon League, you can name every aspect about it. You can name the
Well, I
aces,
mean, if
you,
you-
can name the
if you-
hardest mons. Gen 4's Pokemon League is literally irrelevant, dog.
Check it out. Flint is more relevant than fucking Sydney, and he's the first guy from Gen 3, dog. You don't even be seeing Drake or Glacia, dog. So it's like,
Honestly,
where they at? You actually see
know what?
Flint
I
in
got-
the
I got
story,
this.
It
dog.
doesn't matter,
You
but they're
actually
more.
see
They're,
Flint
they're
in the
more.
story.
I got this. The thing about Gen 3, right, is Gen 3 as a region is so like it's so immersive in their Elite Four because Drake trained with the Dragon Tamers, Dragon Masters, back in Meteor Falls. Glacia has an NPC in Shoal Cave where they talk about her. They're spoken of as like legends in their regions.
Yep.
They're spoken of. Like, you can go deadass. Go play Gen 3 and go to Meteor Fall. Go try to get Bagon. There's a Dragon Tamer in that bitch where when you like drop down little puddles or whatever, he speaks of Drake. He
The
speaks
only
of
person
him.
I'll give you for that is Sydney. Sydney doesn't have any sort of backstory.
And Sydney's irrelevant. I'll give you this. Flint is more relevant than Sydney. That is literally it. But Drake
I'll
and
give you
Glacier,
Gen 4. I'll give you Gen 4 at number 3.
I'll
I'll give you this. Cynthia carries. Cynthia does carry, but not that hard, Nexus. Not hard enough to put it in first place. Not hard. Come on,
telling you, dog, it's
you
Gen
gotta
3,
realize.
dog.
You gotta realize. Now, peep this, Nexus, peep this. Peep this. If you don't want Gen 3 first, okay, I can understand that. But if it's a conversation between Gen 3 and 4, Gen 3 easily beats it.
Next,
when it comes to Pokemon League,
Nexus,
easily.
we can have this conversation again when we have the Gen 4 remakes, but as of right now, dude,
Cynthia carries, I agree, but not hard enough to put Gen 4 in first place.
not enough to put
Gen
the
4 in
entire
first place.
Pokemon League in first.
Nah.
I'm sorry,
Nah,
it's just
dog.
not.
Well, what
because
about Gen 1, dude? Is Gen 1 just that mid? Like,
I would
Gen-
say Gen 1's kind of mid.
Gen 1's Elite
I mean, I would
4,
put
Gen 1.
if we're talking about no, if you want to talk about comparing Gen 2 to Gen 1, because to me the
Gen
Gen
1
2 is
league,
because
Gen
Gen
1
2's
league
better.
is some of the highest leveled leagues, though. It is some of the
Gen
highest
1 is
levels
actually, like,
in terms
really
of like
good
the Elite
leagues.
Four.
I think in terms of
all
league,
of the Elite
Like
Four
in
is
terms,
good,
like yeah, they have a
and the
pretty
champion
balanced
is
team
good.
as well. The champion is good. It's Gary, dude. The nigga's got like
And the
60s,
champion
dude.
is literally blue.
Come on, we're not putting Gen 2 with fucking 40s, dog. I'm not standing for this. No. Gen 1 is guaranteed over Gen 2, dog.
So the only difference in this situation is Blue, Agatha, and Lorelei.
No, Bruno as well.
Bruno's in
Bruno's
both. Bruno's in both Pokemon. leagues.
Gen 2 has Koga.
Agatha is taken away.
Gen 2 has Koga, which is storyline.
Which is basically-
you have
Wait, no,
Bruno.
no, Koga-
You have Lance, who moved up. You
Well-
have a brand new. And Pete, this we have no dark type gym leader. The only representation for a dark type is
Yeah, but,
Sydney
dude,
and
just
Karen.
why
Come
you saying all
on,
of
nigga.
this?
Come
Why you
on,
saying all
nigga.
of this?
You gonna downplay
The Gen 2
Sydney?
league
You
is
gonna
ass.
nah,
Dog,
nigga.
they're
Nah,
fucking
nigga.
ass. They're
Nah,
free. They're
nigga.
level 40s. I'm not standing for
Nah.
the level
I want
40s.
some-
Okay,
I want
okay,
some
and
level
Nexus,
40s.
you know what's wild is you're gonna shit on the Gen 2 Pokemon League for being easy when you turn around and try to gas the Gen 1 gym leaders, and them niggas are whack as fuck, dog. They're easy as shit to beat.
I'm
They're
just
easy
saying,
as
I
shit
will
to
struggle
beat,
with them.
dog.
They're about to make-
Come on.
I'm just saying, dog. Gen 1 might
No,
be
they're
a
guaranteed
mid.
over.
Gen-
they're
Gen-
guaranteed
Gen 1
over
might be a
Gen
mid.
2.
Be a
They're
mid.
Gen 1
guaranteed.
Peep
Gen
this,
1's
peep
a
this.
mid,
This is
dude.
peep this. Discuss this. My recommended top 3. 3, 2, 4.
2's not in it. 2's not in it. 2's not in it. We're not putting some league with
3,
fucking
2, 4.
these whack ass levels. No,
I'm
that's
not gonna. I'm
way
not
too
gonna lie to
easy.
you.
Man.
I'm
No.
not gonna lie to you, dog. I think I'm gonna take Gen 2 out of that one, and I would put. Honestly,
So do we have a consensus for the most part that Gen 3 is number 1?
Gen 3 is number 1. Gen 3 and 4 have to be top 3. They have to be. There's no they're
number 1 for me personally.
That's fine.
What's number 1 then, Mo? What's number 1?
Top 3.
What's number 1, Mo?
I put Gen 3 as top 3 as well.
I would put number 2 as number 1. If I'm being honest with you.
That's a hot take.
No, it's not.
That's crazy.
Dude, if
That's
you
a
don't,
fucking
go
hot
look
take.
up the Fire
to
Elite
put
3 and Elite 4.
I'm willing to
Because
put 2 as number 2.
Number 2,
Dog, Gary's
has
team
the
is balanced.
Number 2's literally evolves from Gen 1. It has fucking Koga.
It's just shittier. That's literally what it is. It's just shittier. Just say it. It's just shittier. It's shittier.
But Nexus, that's the only con you have
That's
for it.
the
Is
only
the, is the
con.
That's a
difficulty.
big ass con. They suck. That league is free, dog. That league is fucking free, and it's not being top 3, dude. Gary's team is so fucking good, dude. Blue's team, he's got the Arcanine, bro.
All right,
He's got the
well, then,
Pidgeot
for the
starter.
sake of-
I don't mind
Okay,
if
No,
it's one
the
top
team
3
is
either.
balanced.
I don't mind that
Dude,
either.
he after
I can
Cynthia,
replace
he-
either
Okay,
one.
so for
after
the
Cynthia,
sake
he
of
has the most well
for the
balanced.
sake of continuing the conversation, Nexus,
Give them the
for
time.
the sake
Not
for
even
the
a tie.
sake of
Nah.
continuing the conversation, we put Gen 3 first and take Gen 2 out of top 3.
I'm fine with that. Take Gen 2 out of top 3. I'm fine with that.
I can't
Okay,
believe that
okay,
either.
I can't argue it.
I think Gen 2 deserves to be top 3 because it has storyline progression. Again, it's one of those things where it's like you weigh the pros and the cons. The only con to the Gen 2 Pokemon League is its levels. That's it. Everything else about it is perfect.
Yeah, but that's like kind of big though. That's super big though. That's super big. Like it's free.
How?
It's fucking free. It may not even be a league. These niggas are ass, dog. Niggas in Kanto got higher.
Well,
levels
if that's the
than trainer
case, then
mobs,
we need to
dog.
go. If that's the case, then we need to go back and revisit the gym leaders. And Gen 1 should not be number 2 because all of Gen 1 is free as shit.
Gen 1 Elite 4?
No, we're talking about gym leaders. Gen 1 gym leaders we have
Their
ranked at
gym
number
leaders
2.
are not free, dog. Their gym leaders are not free.
Gen
They're
1
not,
gym
dog.
leaders are pretty free.
They're
You
not
have
as
issues
free.
with
Fucking
Gen
free,
1?
dog.
They're not as free as you guys think. They're not as free as you guys
They are mid as fuck, dude. They are mid as
Nexus, name one hard Gen 1 gym leader.
Dog,
I'm talking about
gave niggas cock, dog.
That's just
Wrong.
It's just
Wrong.
Giovanni.
wrong. You have a water type Giovanni gets
You got
washed. No pun intended.
Giovanni. I know a lot of people did struggle with the very first gym leader, Brock. A lot is pretty
That's
common.
because they chose
If you chose
Charmander.
Charmander,
Hey, I'm just saying, dude. These are
And you
things that I'm
could-
saying, dog. You asked and I'm telling.
You could just get Charmander up to 16 and get Iron Tail on.
And get,
That
and
as
get
well
Metal
as
Claw
Sabrina.
and
We're
just-
gonna forget about Sabrina.
Metal Claw.
She hurt a lot of
Sabrina's
people,
only
dude.
hard and green. Sabrina's only hard and green, Doug.
She's definitely not something to sleep on, dog. She's definitely not something to sleep on.
Sabrina, no.
Surge, there is a Diglett's Cave right
Surge
Sabrina-
is a joke. Surge
Watch
is a
this.
joke, Jim.
Sabrina is only hard if you skip Blaine. Dead ass. If you skip Blaine, Sabrina's hard as hell. Because there's a level.
You
there's
know
a
the
level
order?
jump.
Bro, do
You
you
know
know
the
the
order?
What?
No.
You know the order?
When you beat and I'm talking about in the original games. In the original games, when you beat Koga, Saffron City is open up to you, and you go up there. When you in the original games, in the remakes, you get the T.
You said Blaine. You said Blaine. Blaine is
You
seventh.
said
dog.
Blaine. Blaine is like.
said
after
Blaine.
all
That's
of
why
that.
we're shocked. You
can't-
said Blaine.
You cannot surf
And I'm
until
pretty sure
can't surf till
Koga and
after.
Sabrina. I'm
You-
pretty sure
no,
Koga and
you can- you
Sabrina.
can
Koga
surf
and Sabrina
into
can do it in
Koga.
any order. They're the same levels.
No, yeah, Koga and
No,
Sabrina are the
Might be.
same level.
Take it back. Because you get strength after you beat Koga. Might be.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was
See,
thinking
when you
surf.
said
was
Blaine,
thinking
I
surf.
was
Might
sitting
be.
there like, whoa, chief.
Might
Like,
be,
No,
might be,
no,
might be,
I
might be.
think
You swimming,
no,
dog?
Take
I
that
can't.
back. Take that back.
Koga, I would say Koga's probably the hardest Gen 1 gym leader.
Koga gave people problems as
That's
well.
only because he's poison.
Koga's the only hard one.
Koga
And
gave
because he-
people problems as well because niggas couldn't touch that
I can't. If you're gonna downplay Gen 2 for its difficulty, then Gen 1 gym leaders
Dog,
gotta
this
drop.
is in Elite 4. This is totally on the different level of gym leader.
Excuse
This
me.
is like the best of the best in the region,
you.
and they're this dick? Dude.
Okay, but then think of this.
This dick.
You're literally downplaying Gen 2's Elite 4 for one reason and gassing Gen 4's Elite 4 for one reason.
It's progression. That's how it works.
Like you can't have both. You literally can't have both.
It's definitely doable, dog. It's definitely doable.
That's not how arguments work.
This
Nah.
is how this one works.
You can't have that, dog.
This
You
is the
can't
end.
have that.
This is literally the definition of keep that same energy.
I am. I'm keeping it.
You're
not about to
not,
gas
dog.
Gen 2
You're
Elite
flip-flopping.
4. Elite?
What?
No, I'm not. I'm actually not.
Okay, peep
you
this,
can't
Nexus,
sit
peep
there
this.
and compare
Peep
gym
this,
leaders in
peep
Elite
this.
4. They're not comparable.
No. But you can
If
compare reasonings.
if you want to
Nexus.
drop
You can
Gen
compare
2, if you want to
reasonings.
drop Gen 2 out of the top 3, Gen 4 drops with it.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Yes, it does.
That
Gen
makes
4
no
Gen
sense.
4
Gen
actually
2
sucks.
This
Gen,
makes no
Gen
sense.
2 literally has so many more pros than Gen 4 does. But you're willing to gas Gen
They
4?
fucking suck, dog. Like, it's not even an argument. They suck. They're bad. So ergo, they're not top 3.
Dog,
It's easy,
Gen
dude.
4's Pokemon League sucks.
It's better than Gen 2. Gen 4's
that's
Elite
wild.
4 is better than Gen
that's-
2. It's not
that's
even a
wild.
take.
Number two,
It's
that's
common
wild.
sense, bro. It's
That's
common
wild.
sense.
That's
Their Gen
wild.
2's Elite 4 is not good.
That's
It's common
wild.
sense.
I wouldn't say.
You are on a whole nother level, dude.
I wouldn't say it's a hot take. I wouldn't say it's a hot
just
take.
facts.
I wouldn't
It's
say
just
it.
facts. Dude, Gen 2's Elite 4 is not good. Who the fuck struggles with that? You ask Mons.
Okay,
No
but
one struggles with that.
Nexus, you're talking about just levels. We're talking about everything. Everything that encompasses the Pokemon League.
Oh, that's
You literally
great
have
that-
Bruno,
Dog.
who's progressed over time. Koga went from a gym leader to
Dog.
an Elite Four member. You literally have the first
I want you to know,
relevant
Nexus,
Dark type
dog.
trainer,
I
and
want you to know,
Lance
Nexus,
went
dog.
back to champion.
Dog,
Bro,
check
Like
it out.
literally,
While
there's
they're-
so
check it
many
out.
pros about the Gen 4.
While, while their
Gen 2
while their life story
Elite
is
4.
fantastic, dog, their life story is fantastic, they're actually bad. So nobody cares about their life story. They're bad, dude. Nope. They're bad. I don't care about their life story. They're not good.
Okay,
Ergo,
Nexus, give me
they
a
shouldn't
top
be in
3.
Elite Four.
Give me a top 3, Nexus.
4-3-5. Not even hard. 4-3-5. Not even hard, dude. Not even hard.
Dog, no,
Actually,
hell
I probably
no.
put 1
I
over
want
5.
you to know.
I put 1 over 5 because of their
you to
Elite
know.
Four.
I want
I
one
you
in
to
top
know,
3, but
but
other than
before we got into this topic, I pretty much gave my top 3. When I told you I would take 2 out, I was gonna put 5 where 2 is.
5's got pretty good Elite Four. I like their
5 is
Elite
really
Mine
dope.
is-
I like 5.
People
Five is-
I know a
five-
lot of people
5
struggle
is just
with,
really dope. I
Dog,
like 5.
if there's one thing I can't let slide, you can't bump Gen 2 and keep Gen 4 in there. You
That doesn't
just
make any
can't.
sense.
You can't.
Like,
Because
that doesn't
Gen
make any
4,
sense.
the only thing going for Gen 4 is Cynthia. And that's
Yeah, but
it.
their Elite
when you
Four
well,
is
no,
more
when we
challenging.
literally sit here and list off pro after pro after pro after pro after pro, and you name one con and want to dump it out of the top 3,
Well,
that
'cause, I
actually
mean-
doesn't make sense.
Dude,
But then you
dude,
sit here
no,
and
listen.
the only pro to Gen 4 is Cynthia, and the rest
their
of those
Elite
fucking
Four-
whack ass trash ass
Dog,
trainers
they're-
you want to gas?
They
Now
are
that's
stronger
biased.
than Gen
Now
2.
that is biased.
That's
No,
a
it's not.
bias, Nexus.
It's not,
That's
dude,
100%
it's not
bias,
rocket
dog.
science at all. You guys are
Nah,
naming
dog.
backstories. Nobody gives a shit about backstories. It's Elite
Nigga,
Four.
we
You think
literally
of
just
challenging
talked about
stories.
everything
You
else.
can't
So it's-
mention
so-
their
so-
backstory.
so-
Nobody
so-
cares about that.
so-
That's
so
the
le-
Elite
so
I think
Four.
levels-
I think the only agreement
So
here is
we're
to
levels?
keep 2 and 4 out of the top 3.
Okay,
So-
then
so
we're
we're
putting
talking
1
about-
in there.
Keep 2 and
I
4 out of the
mean,
top
one
3.
can be
I'll
in
put
there.
1 in there.
But nobody
I
gives a
want you
shit
to know-
about their
if
I
you're,
want you
backstory.
to
if you're
know-
gonna
one in
if
there.
you're gonna downplay Gen 2 for one reason, you can't legitimately gas Gen 4 for one reason.
Yes, you can. No one cares about the
No, you
backstory.
can't.
Backstory
I
does
think
not
you
come
can't.
into
That's
play at all
not
in
true
battling.
though, Nexus. That's literally
Dog,
not true.
You can't mention backstory when it comes to
Backstory
battling. Not in battling.
backstories-
No. Nope.
But
Not in battling.
Nexus, it's not just battling.
That's what the Elite
That's
Four
what
is. Just battling.
No, Nexus, but that's not what we're just talking about. We're talking about
The elite-
battling
the-
and the characters and everything
the
that
elite-
encompasses the Elite Four.
The Elite Four.
It's
the
not
Elite
just
Four-
battling.
The Elite Four lore-wise are the strongest trainers in said region.
Yeah, in that region.
Without background, who gives a fuck? Because anybody
And
can
on top of
get
that,
any level.
peep this. They're only level 40 because you have another region to go through. That's the only reason why Gen 2 as a whole is as easy as it is.
and you have to fight them again just to get to another subsection of the damn thing. So
So
it's
if you
like-
want to do that, include the Elite Four rematches as the actual Elite Four.
Well, there's
We
no
can do the same
rematches
thing
in
for
Crystal.
Gen. We can do the same one for Gen 1. We can do the same thing for Gen 1.
Gen 1
like
has some
borderline 80s.
tough rematches, literally. Like, it's a pretty tough rematch.
Like
So
Blue has 80s. and if we
okay,
could say that argument
so
then.
so
I'm
so
just saying. I'm just saying. You can't downplay Gen 2 for one singular reason, and then turn around and ignore everything that's wrong with Gen 4. You can't do that. That
only
is
do
a
that-
bias, Nexus.
I
That's
only
a
do that
bias.
because when I think of Elite Four, I think of battling, and so does the rest of the fucking world, dog. Nobody cares about their life story, how they grew up, what they impacted. No. When you think of Elite Four, you think of battling and strongest trainers in the region. That's it. When Johto has a shit
wouldn't-
Okay,
they
but
would-
Nexus,
they-
but
they
Nexus,
wouldn't
peep
be-
this, peep
they
this,
wouldn't
Nexus,
be-
peep
they
this.
wouldn't
The
be the
basis of
strongest
this
trainers.
conversation is not just battling. And that's what you have to take into account. You can't just judge it off of one reason. Because even then, if you want to talk about just battling, Gen 4 is still ass. It still fucking sucks.
It's better than Gen 2 battling, though. I can say that.
Nah,
they
okay.
got higher levels. It's the fact. They got higher levels.
It's just because your only argument is levels.
Well, yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Anybody
that's what I'm saying.
No, because next you can over level and beat any Elite Four. So that
You're
that
right,
argument
but
is
we're
null
not.
and void.
We're not talking about you, the trainer. We're talking about the Elite Four.
I'm talking about this.
Next, these are the strongest trainers
like this.
in
Look at it like
the region, dude.
Since we've gotten to this point, you have to look at it in black and white. You have to look at it in black and white.
Ironically
you have to look at it in the sense of the pros and cons. The pros versus the cons of each generation.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, Gen 2 beats out Gen 4.
If you want to consider their life story, see, check it out. My entire argument.
We started this conversation, including all of that. You can't pick and choose what you want to argue about and ignore everything else. That's not how it works.
I understand that, but all I did is take into consideration battling. That's all. That's my entire argument this entire time.
And what I'm saying is you can't just do that. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about everything that encompasses the Pokemon League.
What the fuck are we talking about? It doesn't make any sense, dude.
It's the Pokemon League.
Next, we literally explained it from the start.
The Elite
when I
Four
think
and
of
the
look, when I think of league, I think of battling.
If you want to talk about battling, if that's the case, Gen 7 is number 1. You're gonna say, tell me a Pokemon League that's harder than Ultra Sun and Ultra Moons. There isn't one.
Ooh,
Gen 1.
There isn't one.
You know what?
There isn't one. If you want to talk about pure battling, Cynthia still doesn't fucking win.
I want you to know.
She still doesn't fucking win.
Gen 1 stronger than Gen 7?
Gen 1 does not win. Gen 1 does not win. Gen 1 might be number 2, but that's only because of the mechanics of the game. If you want to talk about levels and what's actually difficult, you want to talk about difficulty and solely difficulty, Gen 4 still doesn't come anywhere close to top 3, dog.
If we're talking difficulty, Gen 7 is definitely top 3, if not.
Gen 7.
Gen 7 is number 1. Gen 7 is number 1.
Like the smart EVs and shit.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, because they got the perfect IVs and shit.
So
like
for
that.
And again, even then, we can pull up gym leaders. We put Gen 7 at the last one. If that's the case, if you want to talk purely battling, Gen 7 is number 1 on both lists.
I never argued Gen 7. I back Gen 7. I never argued Gen 7.
No. Next is the general consensus. Well, you put Gen 7 last.
Yeah. You put Gen 7 last, and we agree with
yeah, because we did that because they didn't have gym leaders. That's how we did that. They didn't have gym leaders.
No.
But they still, but the trial captains are representative of
I
gym leaders.
understand. Yeah, I know, I get that, but it was just a unanimous thing.
Okay, so then peep this.
So now if we're talking difficulty, they're number 1.
If you're talking just difficulty, and you want to include backstory and everything, Gen 7 is number 1 in this conversation.
Don't even argue.
Ooh, yeah.
So then what's number 2?
That's a whole third.
I like how
Give me third for number 2. Give me third for number 2.
7-3-1. Can we get 7-3-1?
Give me third for number 2.
I agree.
Give me third for number 2.
I'll give you that. 7-3-1. I 100% agree.
I really like Gen 1, and Gen 1 needs to be top 3.
Give me 7-3-1, 2-4, 6. Because 6 was easy. 6 was easy.
6 is a meme.
Give me that list.
Diantha's a joke.
I would like 2 to be above 1. I would do 7-3-2, but for the sake of the conversation, I'll put 1 before 2.
There you go. But
wait. We're skipping. We're skipping 5th gen.
5. We're skipping 5. Okay, so it's 7-3.
I would say 7-3-1, 2, 5, 4, 6.
Yes. I'd agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I would agree.
Consensus?
Yeah, I'm not saying anything anymore.
Sure, I'll go with it. Gen 1's top 3.
I would agree.
I'm happy.
I mean, hey, we can move stuff around, but I think the top 3 is pretty much solid at this point. 7-3-1, and that's based off of your standards, Nexus.
Now we already had, because we already had 3.
I'm not
because
saying
what we already had was 3. 3 was number 1, or we already had before you introduced difficulty.
I'm not disagreeing.
But if you want to talk about pure battling, again, that goes back to Gen 4. The only thing it has going for it is Cynthia.
Hey, I was not comparing Gen. I was comparing Gen 4 to Gen 2. That was my whole argument. I don't like Gen 2 Elite 4. I think it's bad. That's it.
Okay, so we all agree. 7-3-1, 2, 5, 4, 6.
We got it. Yes, I agree.
As long as Gen 1 is in the top 3, I'm happy. That's what I want.
Hey, like I said, I would still argue for Gen 2 over Gen 1 just because of the progression, but I'm fine with it either way. I still like the Gen 1 Elite 4.
I love Gen 3.
I love
Gen
the
3's
Indigo
cast.
Plateau.
Gen 3's cast is fucking phenomenal, dude.
I agree. Next topic is we have all the characters and other NPCs, except professors. That's a separate conversation.
Okay.
So the characters and NPCs.
Characters, fifth. I would argue, what was that? It's for top three. For top three, it's either seventh or fifth.
I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring for Gen 2.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say Gen 2. We have Silver. We have the Kimono Girl. We have fucking Amphi, the Ampharos. We have, I'm talking about literally every other NPC that's in the game.
Okay, so
you have the Karate King.
I would keep seventh and what was my other one? Seventh and fifth. Seventh and fifth have to be top three. Because every character played a part in that story. Every last one. Every non-generic ass town NPC played a part in Gen 7 and Gen 5.
I really want Gen 7 to be number 1, personally.
I agree.
Really?
Gen 7 is my number 1.
I agree. From
But
your
why?
character,
Give me some examples.
From your character, Hala,
Hal.
all the child
Grand
captains,
Trials.
all the Kahunas, even Lusamine, Guzma, all of Team Skull, all of them
my
played a
God.
role. All of them, even Nebby. He's the legendary. Every Ultra Beast,
That's
Ultra Beast is
good. No,
centered.
the thing is,
every
though, is
every generic, every non-generic NPC in Sun and Moon.
Look, you're making a
Played
good
a
point,
story.
dog, but it doesn't mean those characters are good. Lily plays such a massive role. My character's not good.
I agree. I mean, I see where you're coming from Gen 7, but I
Like,
wouldn't
yeah, I
put it
get the
number
point,
one.
but like not number 1. No.
I wouldn't put it number
Then
one.
I'm
Just
gonna
because
put it in
every
top
character
three.
plays a role doesn't mean it's
watch
number
this.
1.
I'll give you
Watch
top
this, watch
3,
this,
but not
watch
number
this.
1.
Watch this.
Guaranteed top 3.
Take away Lily. How
You can't take away Lily.
How's progression? Because we're talking about every character, right? How in both iterations is his progression as a character is phenomenal.
No, I'll give you.
What?
I'll give you how in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Ultra Sun, but not a regular Sun. Nope.
Sun
How
and Moon
was-
How
sure.
is really,
How was
really
only
bad.
different, and he's cooler in Ultra Sun.
Sun and Moon
How
How
just
is
got his
so
ass
bad.
beat the entire game. It didn't amount to
Sure.
It
anything.
was so pathetic.
Sure. Gladian has kept the same progression, so he's already a decent character as is. He left home fucking over he didn't fuck with his mom. Lusamine in her first iteration was a crazy ass bitch in the first one, and in the second one she tried to save the Alola and failed.
She's like an anti-hero.
Well, you
Yeah,
see,
she's like an
Nick,
auntie.
now is the time. Now's the time for you to talk about Cyrus.
Ooh, let me do this.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like, I understand where you're coming from,
okay.
Gen 7,
Okay,
but I wouldn't.
Okay.
I'll give you
All
top
right.
3, but maybe
Okay.
number
All
3.
right. So okay. Sure. That's fine. So Cyrus is a complex individual only because of what he does, his ideals. Like Cyrus he comes from a family of royalty, because if you look at his backstory, he actually has some type of rich family background upside him, but he still wants more. He wants a whole different. His ideal of good versus bad is so different compared to a lot of our villains. Like I want to say Sanders' definition was genocidal, but Cyrus had it was something about him where it was like his good was bad and his bad was good. It was like his outline was so black and white. It definitely carried 4th gen for me because
Cyrus is a psychopath. Actually.
Cyrus was
literally
willing
a
to
psychopath.
Cyrus was willing to throw away even his followers to get to
For
where he wanted
himself.
to be.
Literally for himself.
His whole goal was, I want to create a world where none of this shit matters. And he like you said, Nappy, he made the best out of a situation that wasn't he didn't get his ideal world, but he was like, no, exactly. He didn't get his ideal world, but he was like, I'll take it, cause I'll take it. He was like, I'll take this shit.
He did all the steps and he failed and he still didn't get Giratina.
He just couldn't.
He didn't get
Giratina
anything.
overpowered him.
He didn't
I
get
say
He
anything.
got everything up
Now,
until
if you want to
Giratina.
talk, about all of that backstory, I'm gonna be that guy again and bring up 5th gen, because you want to
Gen
talk about
5 is
how
so
Ghetsis
good.
manipulated an entire army of people, an entire region of
That's
people.
what I'm saying.
He
That's what I'm
manipulated
saying.
N. He manipulated N. He literally, like, with that plot twist at the end of the game, if we could talk about story again. That plot twist at the end of the game when it would turn out that it was Getsis who was the bad guy the entire time.
That's why I would argue if Gen 7 isn't number 1, Gen 5 is number 1.
Yeah.
Either or. It does not. You can choose.
I would give you 547.
547. Give me that. Yep. I will take that. I will actually take that.
Because if there's one thing I'll give you, like when he talks about the characters themselves, Cyrus is
a complex individual. I think layers.
As the story overall, not so much. But if you're talking about individual characters, for sure.
Okay, sure. And then I would say number 4. I
still think 2 should be there. Gen 3 doesn't have a lot of memorable NPCs.
I would agree. I would say Gen 2 and then Gen 6. And then
I still think Gen 2, I mean, I don't know, that's kind of counterproductive because I was talking about you can't let one thing carry. I think Silver is a huge carry for Gen 2. Because you talk about iconic.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I 100% agree with you, dog. But I don't think it's top 3 though. I don't.
Gen
we already
2
have our
is
top
really
3.
Good, but the top 3 is so good that
the top 3 has a dynamic of characters.
Every character plays a role in some way.
Exactly.
In that top 3.
So
5, 4, 7, 2. I want to put 1 next because you have like Cubo's mother. You have Mr. Fuji.
Honestly, I want to know. I would put
the Cinnabar Island with
the thing about
the mansion.
Mewtwo, the fucking
Mewtwo.
That's a lot of hidden shit.
It's not even hard. Like it's just Gen 1.
I would put 6 over 1 because from even your rivals, Sycamore, AZ, Lysander, all of Lysander's admins, every gym leader, like the NPC, like I said, every non-generic, like Kalos, as dry of a region as is, the story, every character that was a part of that story played their parts. And even though we want to shit on 6th gen, we enjoyed that shit.
If you can say they played their parts, doesn't mean they played it well.
Yeah.
Okay. But watch this. I would argue Gen 1, the only one that actually did anything in Gen 1 was Blaine. Blaine created Mewtwo, and then that in turn set the whole Team Rocket shit. It's Giovanni. It's Giovanni and Blaine. Giovanni, look, give me
Lavender Town.
Look, Giovanni, Blaine, Fuji, Oak, and Gary. That is it.
Officer Jenny
Gen 1 has some spooky back.
Officer Jenny isn't in the games.
Isn't she?
She's not in the games. We're counting
Yellow.
Yellow's
This nigga said we're counting Yellow. Yellow said we're counting Yellow.
No,
we're counting Yellow. Come on, dog.
No, because Yellow's an anime adaptation. It's not.
Yellow is a canon game.
Yellow is canon. It's generation one.
Red and blue.
And if anything, if we're
canon
counting
game.
Yellow, we have Team Rocket as well, like actual Jesse and James and Meowth.
Yes, and Meowth, dude, it's a canon game.
And Bill, that nigga Bill, dog.
Right, Bill.
The fucking sea captain, you had to rub that nigga's back.
Okay, look, I didn't know we were counting the anime.
And let's talk about my hardworking boy, that Machop in fucking Vermilion City. That nigga was stay working, dog. He stayed working.
If we're bringing Yellow into this, definitely switch the 2. Definitely switch the 2 on my list.
I think it's 5, 4, 7, 1.
Gen 1's character execution is like really quiet though. Like there's
it's mad quiet. The ones who make a big impact are the ones that did this here. Here's Fuji, here's Giovanni, here's Blaine, here's Oak, and that is it.
But even
that is literally it.
When you play through the game, I mean, I guess we're including characters and their backstories too. But if you were to just play the game, Giovanni is like the only one that's really prevalent. If you were to go back and play Red and Blue, like you'd have to actually read lines of dialogue.
That is
so
true.
It's like,
because
are we counting the backstories too?
But Pete, like backstories are a part of it. We're talking about all NPCs in general. It's not just the ones that are prevalent.
Yeah,
we're talking about every aspect of the game.
Mean, you could even
that's
talk
why
about
I said
the guy.
Like when you talk about like actual relevant NPCs, that's when Officer Jenny and Bill and Team Rocket. I mean Jesse and James, and then
so every non-generic
mother.
NPC.
And like I understand like.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's so hard to like juggle between the two because
you gotta also
they both did something.
I think Gen 1 takes it, Doug.
It's Gen 1 hard.
Gen 1's execution of the characters and their backstories are a lot better than Gen 6's. Gen 6,
Gen 6
if it had
is
the proper
heavily
execution,
criticized.
was good.
It's not executed well. If it's not just Lysander and Diantha just walking up to you and saying, "By the way,
so
I'm a
bad.
movie star." What the fuck,
That's
bitch?
so bad.
That
That's
is
so
true.
like,
That is true. That is true.
Like, it's just like, if it's not Lysander,
I'm
and
thinking-
especially
I'm
AZ,
thinking-
Gen 6 is nothing.
Let's rewrite Gen 6. Let's do it. dude.
Honestly,
Man,
it
let
the
me
perfect
do it.
game.
I want you to know, dog.
Gen
What about
6,
that
rewrite
Gen
Gen
in
6.
Lumio
I want
Station,
you to know,
dog?
dog.
Lumio
I want you to know.
Station.
I can
Dog.
go on about Gen 6.
Gen 6
Man, I
has a
hate
lot of potential,
that
but
reason,
it was
dude.
done terribly. It was done
They
awful.
definitely
Okay, so
fucked
we
up.
need to
I'm gonna
rewrite
say
this.
this.
I'm gonna say this: 5, 4, 7, 2, 1, 3, 6.
Agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
6, if it could just have been done better.
6
would
has so
take the
much
cake.
potential, dude.
It,
Oh
it
my
literally
goodness.
has like all of the perfect
That
things,
shit-
and then the writer said, "Hey, we're gonna fuck this
That
up
shit
entirely."
really, man. That shit makes me so mad, dude. Man, oh my god.
All right, and then the final conversation for today's
It's the professors.
debate is the professors.
Open the
And
go.
this is not
Is it
just
biased
like,
to say Oak?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oak
dog.
Fino.
I mean, I know.
Oak
I'm
Oak
talking.
is the
I'm
most
talking
relevant.
about. I'm talking about their entire role in the entire game, like what they study, how they assist you,
Maybe Sycamore
everything
might win
about
this
them.
one. Sycamore
I
might win
think
this one.
Sycamore might win. Sycamore's top 3.
Yo,
studied some
Elm discovered
genius
eggs
stuff.
though. Elm discovered.
Elm gives you a master ball, nigga.
Nigga doesn't. What?
Yes, he does.
He does. He
What?
does. I just
He
got
does.
it.
He does. He
He
gives you a
does, he
master ball.
does. What does that have to do with anything, though?
Nigga, the master ball's dope as shit. What the fuck you mean?
Nigga, you actually earned the
Fuck
master
you
ball in
mean?
first gen.
I'm talking about.
Fuck
I'm
you
talking about.
mean.
What did Oak study?
Everything.
Oh, everything.
He was the all around
He was
professor.
the
When you-
pioneer.
Study
when-
new
when you in-
species of Pokemon.
when they
did he not?
when they introduce Oak, he is the pioneer, the
I
go-to.
thought
He is the world
studied,
renowned.
I thought, like, specifically, I thought he
I'ma
studied
pull it up.
evolution.
Y'all was saying, Mo,
He
just
studied
put it up, dog.
evolution, and then Elm studied breeding.
Oak studied the
Birch.
Kanto region. He studied the relationship between Pokemon and humans. Birch studied Hoenn region, who studied Pokemon habitats. Rowan studied the Sinnoh region, who studied evolution. Juniper studied the Unova region, which studies the origins of Pokemon.
Oh,
Sycamore,
Gen 5
Sycamore,
again.
Sycamore did Mega Evolution, and Kukui did Pokemon attacks.
Moves.
Okay,
That
okay,
means
so
it's
I-
the
I
worst.
think-
Kukui's
I-
last.
I-
Kukui's last, dog. Kukui's last. I know all the Kukui stands out there are gonna be like, "Oh my god, Professor Kukui,"
I
but
think-
nah, dog.
I think my top 3 gotta go to. I think mine's gotta go to. What did Juniper study?
Juniper is so good.
Origins.
Mythology and
Origins.
Origins. Okay.
But for me, I think it's
watch this.
Sycamore. I think Sycamore wins this one.
Sycamore, Juniper, and Oak.
Mine's is, yeah, that's exactly. No, mine's is Juniper, Sycamore, and then Oak. Because the bond between humans and Pokemon, dude, that sets up everything.
Yo,
It
peep
just
this,
sets
peep
everything.
this, peep this. I'm not gonna lobby for 5th gen being first this time, but if you're gonna put it first, I'm not gonna fight it.
Okay.
I'm
It
not
just
gonna
You gonna
fight
say
is,
some
though.
shit.
It literally
You gonna
just
say some-
is, though.
Origins is important. Origins
No,
is important.
it's not. Wait, but like, so is like. I mean, Origins is important. 'Cause it's like the origins, but it's not the It's like the origins of Pokemon. So it's like, nigga, we wouldn't know shit if it wasn't for the female professor. So it's like, yeah, feminism. Let's go. Dude.
Yeah, I'm off of the feminism wave. I love y'all. Anyway.
But like at the same time
wait,
as well,
hey.
like Sycamore also, he came through with an entirely
did-
new development
he-
that has
Okay,
nothing to do
but-
with all the others.
But Sycamore wouldn't be able to do his research without Juniper.
Without Oak or without Junipers. I would say I'm telling you,
Oak and Juniper go hand in hand, and Sycamore is
carries.
separate.
no, it is
Sycamore-
Oak and Juniper,
Sycamore
and then it's
carries,
like
dog.
Sycamore is like beyond that, and then you have Rowan who's like, all right, you want to evolve?
But without Oak
Here's how.
and Juniper, you can't have Sycamore.
Take some flex tape.
So Sycamore should be number 3.
Sycamore's number 3.
Sycamore should be number
Sycamore
3.
has to be number
Oak
3.
can be number 2 or 1.
Because here
Okay,
is
if we
here
put
is
5 and 1
Origins.
No, no, no,
Tied
no,
as
no,
number
no,
one.
no, no, no. I think if anything, I would probably give Juniper 1 because she studied the origin. We wouldn't even know what these creatures are if it wasn't for her. So I think
Or their
she should be number
backstory
1.
and shit like
Because
that,
think
like,
about it, think
yeah.
about it. Because Oak is the relationship between people and Pokemon. How the fuck we get a relationship if we don't even know what they are? And Juniper finds out what they are. So I think she got to get it.
She has to be number 1 based on
It's
her
not even an
study alone.
opinion here. It is a fact. And if
No,
you
She's
think
one of the
otherwise,
best
you're
I
wrong.
professors.
think the comment section is gonna go wild with this one. I don't think they're gonna let us get away with Juniper as number 1.
Why?
Because I mean, if we're going just, I mean, to be fair, Juniper gives you the Master Ball too, But if we're gonna go
She
off
found the
of,
origin of Pokemon. She's
That
the
can't
origin
be
of
a
Pokemon.
factor.
Nah,
I think overall, Juniper is one of the more forgotten ones. I think she's very easily to push to the side. I think that's what the comment section is gonna do. Like I said, I'm not gonna lobby for 5th gen in this sense, but I'm not gonna fight it either. So if we want to collectively say 5th gen, I'm fine with it.
I think when it comes to a professor, right? When it comes to a professor, I feel like they all play the essential, hey, here's your Pokemon, hey, here's your Pokédex. And then they come in studying here and there in their story, but now it all comes down to what they study and what they bring to the table in terms of the Pokemon universe. So if we're talking like study and what they bring.
Juniper does like meet you multiple times in this.
Multiple times, exactly. So Juniper overall, all around, is the best.
Juniper also
you get to meet
continued her
Juniper's
father's
dad,
legacy
though.
too. So
And
Yeah, you get to meet
Juniper's dad has a lot more knowledge on shit than she does.
Juniper's dad.
So
is
it's like, what are you looking
Oak's
for?
Age. Juniper's dad is like
Right.
Oak's age, so like it's passed down, and she has.
Okay, so
more
we
and
have
she's younger.
5, 1, 6, and then what?
I would argue fourth.
Fourth. I mean,
Ascension of Pokemon to evolve.
I would put 2 next. Breeding.
Breeding?
breeding.
No.
Wait. What
I
did Rowan
feel
study?
like-
What did Rowan study?
Evolution.
He's evolution.
It's a no-brainer for 4. You can't, like, how are you supposed to breed if you're like, all right, I gotta go beyond? Like, no one thinks about going down below.
I guess if you put Mega Evolution, the next thing logically would be Evolution.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Mega Evolution.
5,
and then,
1,
like,
6, 4.
I give 2.
I would say 2
Two.
and then 3.
I give 2 and 3. Yep, got it.
2, 3,
Kukui's
and then
last.
7.
And Kukui.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
man.
Kukui does. Actually, no, wait. Hold up.
Personality-wise, Kukui's phenomenal.
Hold up. Kukui does go with you throughout your journey, and that nigga is the first champion.
He's the most
that nigga
relevant
sets
one.
that nigga sets up the entire Pokemon League.
didn't Oak run a fade through Kanto
Oak
Elite Four though?
Oak gave up. Oak was the champion, but he gave that up to
That's
study.
such backstory.
Yeah.
But
That's
not-
backstory. That's backstory, though. That's not
yeah,
present.
That's not a part of the
That's
game.
not present. That's not present.
It's like implied.
I don't know.
But I still think like if we should count the
after
character.
thinking about
Oh
all
god,
that-
Oak fucked Agatha.
After
so
thinking
that's
about all of that, I think I'm gonna change it. I want to say 5, 1, 6, 4, 7, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because I mean, like the habitats are important, but it's like
because
you
again,
have to know how to attack.
talking about all the pros.
know how to
Not even
fight.
that. No,
Okay,
not
so
even-
wait a
fuck
minute,
that.
so wait-
Fuck
so
that.
wait
That's
a
a
minute.
con. In my mind, that's
Wait
a
a
con.
minute.
I'm talking about all the pros and cons of each professor. I think Kukui overall brings more to the table, and that balances out the fact that he studies the wackest thing out of the entire bunch.
Now, my thing is talking about Kukui and his like involvement with everything. But I feel like if that's the case, then we're just talking about the character overall. We have to include the backstory. So if we're including backstory, I think we should switch Juniper with Oak, because Oak was a trainer and a champion, but he relinquished that to become a.
See, but the thing is,
though,
though,
literally
she's
the rival's
she's-
grandpa,
but
too.
The thing is, though, is she literally found the origin of Pokemon.
No. But my thing is, if we're talking about like the character as a whole, their backstory has to play a part in that.
Check it out,
So
though, right?
Oak,
You're
as
saying,
a trainer,
But where
Check it out,
in
though,
Gen
right?
1
Check
is
it out.
that stated?
he wasn't Agatha. Agatha says everything.
yeah,
she
it's
talks
heavily,
about-
it's
she
heavily
talks
implied,
about him.
Heavily implied that Oak just gave up on being a trainer.
She talks about Oak.
She literally said,
she lightly references Oak, but they never once in Gen 1 say Oak was champion. He was a badass. He
Yeah, they
just
didn't say
says
anything about him being champion.
He just says
They just said he was a strong
my
trainer.
training days are over, and these are the
Yeah,
three
he
months
was-
I have left.
Okay,
He was
so
a
it's
strong
heavily
trainer,
implied.
but he was a
All
strong
they
trainer,
said-
but I don't think he was a
Look,
champion.
read it,
So
Mo.
it's heavily implied.
Read it, Mo. I wouldn't even say
Okay,
heavily.
There's like 4 different quotes, so I'll pick the best one. Hold on. So
Pick
he
all of
says,
them.
You want me to read all of them?
Read them shits.
Just
Okay.
say it.
So, in the Savvy Island, she says, in her youth, Agatha and Professor Oak were rivals who vied for supremacy as trainers. He was a trainer, right?
Okay. He was a
trainer.
She was the Elite Four, and then now she also says, I hear Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. The old Duff was once tough and handsome, but that was decades ago. He's a shadow of his former self. So he's a tough trainer that rivals
tough trainer.
Elite
Strong
Four,
trainer.
Elite Four level strength.
He wasn't
Okay.
a champion, though.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay,
trying to
and
see if
so
she says
so is the
anything.
10-year-old protagonist.
And then it says, when you grow older,
And
don't you
Beretta's a
dare go
prodigy.
soft like that old coot Oak, but like me and keep battling on. So It's implied that he's elite 4
He's just
level
a strong
strength,
trainer.
but
He's implied that he's a strong trainer. The trainers in Giovanni's gym are strong trainers. I would keep Oak right where he's at in second place. I don't think if it actually said Oak used to be champion, sure, I would give you that. But outside of going through your own research to figure it out, if we're talking about just purely what's available in the games in these generations, you can't give Oak. You can't give him that.
The strongest he could ever be is elite 4.
You gotta think about it. You gotta think about it as well too. Like
I mean, even then, elite 4 is actually still.
Well, no, you gotta think about it as well. Like
that's still something.
How is he supposed to be a trainer if he doesn't know shit about Pokemon? Which Juniper, she studied the origin of Pokemon.
Oak is older than Juniper, so her research doesn't matter like that.
Wait, peep this.
She knows more than him.
Peep this. If we're gonna talk about backstory and ability as a trainer, then we need to bring Kukui even higher. Because Kukui, they said in the first 5 minutes of the game, your mom says, "Hey, I remember watching you take on the Kanto gym leaders with your Alolan Pokemon." She literally says that in the first 5 minutes of the game, and Kukui has an entire fucking squad. And in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you're high off your fucking rocker if that nigga wasn't difficult.
They actually said that Kukui went to Kanto and challenged the Pokemon
He lost
League.
against Lance, so he beat every elite
so
four
he was
Lance.
able to get up there. So if we're talking history, Kukui has to be higher.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say 5-1.
That's why he's
5-1.
They're both elite four level.
But Oak has nostalgia, and Oak has like the actual experience behind it. Now I'll say. I mean, technically, if you're gonna include everything, then Kukui beats out Oak, which is wild, I know. But you see Kukui more throughout the game than you do Oak.
That is true.
Kukui assists you.
Oak is on the fucking
assists
PC box.
Oak stays in his lab.
Yeah, he stays in his
You
lab.
can only talk to him
game.
through the PC.
He doesn't help you at all.
Okay, so
if that's the case, the new list is 5716423.
Let's do it. That's it. Because
this nigga Kukui went from last place to second.
No, I'm telling you.
Wait.
Because it's one of those things where it's like we're talking professors, right? Professors. All we talked about was what they studied, but not the characters themselves. The characters themselves has background behind them.
But is his character like so? Does it really carry him that farther for Oak study than Oak studies?
Oak studies is not, but the studies aren't all we're countering.
I know, but I'm saying
the only thing that Oak has going right now is his studies and the notion that he was a strong trainer,
and that is nostalgia factor, essentially.
That's it. And
Kukui's
doesn't
involvement.
Oak gives you the pass to fucking Mount Silver.
I mean, Oak's pretty involved.
No, Oak knew about Red the entire time.
Oak is not involved. Oak is not as involved as he is in
No, he's not involved at all.
You know who's more involved?
He really isn't.
You know who's more involved in Oak is fucking AIDS, dog. You see the AIDS more than Oak himself, dog.
If that's the case, dog, the AIDS gotta go #1, dog. S tier professor, dude. Real talk. S tier.
That nigga gave you item finders. That nigga gave you everything.
Oh, how many Pokemon you caught? Oh, hey, here's the EXP share. You know what? You got it, King.
I think
Prosper.
one thing you have to take into account is that Juniper is continuing studies from her dad. And
Cedric.
her dad is literally on the same level.
Isn't he older than Oak?
He's on the
Yeah,
same
so
level.
look at that. Oak couldn't even be a strong trainer without him.
I would say he's younger.
Studying.
Okay, so all we're arguing for right now is Oak's placement, because from what I'm hearing, I think the new list is 5, 5, 7, and then do we have Oak or Sycamore?
Sycamore.
Yeah, you
I gotta give it Sycamore.
Like that.
I want you to know. I want you to know, dog. I'm sorry, but a professor who the only thing that speaks for him is he doesn't do anything in the story.
Oak is too busy, dude.
What are you talking about?
No, he's not.
Well, no,
yeah, he is. He gotta send AIDS. He's got money, dude.
You can't say he doesn't do anything. He does small things, but you can't say he doesn't do anything. You talk to your Dex and ask how much money you have. He knows that.
You see him at the beginning of the game, at the end of the game. That's all you see.
Dog, if you hit up your Dex and ask how many mons you've captured,
yeah, but that's,
there it is.
You don't
have that's an automated
message,
nigga. Set your ass up, dog. Set your ass up, dog.
Hey, you say he does nothing. That's something.
Nigga, that's nothing.
No,
Every other Pokédex does that.
Yeah, every other Pokédex or
no, I know, but I'm just
professor
saying.
does that.
So he
I'm
did
no,
nothing.
when you see Sycamore, dog, he always when you see Sycamore in the actual game, he's always speaking like some
And, you know,
hidden language,
Sycamore
some
has-
gems to you.
Sycamore has relations with your mom, like that or not, with your mom and with Lysander.
And
both
with
go
Diantha, and with the rest of he's so involved, but it's one of those things where it's like you only see him like maybe.
Okay, so
We're gonna talk
I
about
think
Kukui and your mom.
if anything, the rest of the list is fine. Now we just need to figure out where to put Gen 1, because now we have the conversation of
I see
we
Gen
brought
1 is
Gen 7.
fourth.
We brought Gen 7 all the way up, but does Oak really do more than Rowan?
No.
Excuse me.
No, Rowan. Ooh, no, Rowan.
Rowan's
Because
He was a lot.
Rowan gave you
He
the
was a
entire
lot.
story.
Rowan
He gave you
does
the
a lot.
entire
Gave you the
story in
story.
Cantilever.
He laid it
Why
down
is
in
Oak- Are we-
Cantilever Library.
Dog, why is Oak so bad, dude? What's
When
happening?
you actually sit back and think about it,
He doesn't do. He's a man in
Dog.
a suit that is just. He's just
Dog,
a man
if
in a
that's
suit.
the case, okay, so if that's the case, Elm and Oak have to go.
No, Elm
It
is
depends.
last. Elm
It
does
depends.
nothing.
Elm is last. Elm is last.
Elm gets his mons robbed, dog.
dude. Elm's aids
I'm
are
I'm
more
almost
important.
positive that the Pokemon would have like naturally
no,
figured out how to
time
make
out. Time out. I would put Birch last. Birch actually does nothing.
I
Birch
actually agree.
does nothing.
Birch-
after
no. That
he
is
says
true.
go meet my daughter May, you don't see him for the rest of the game.
No. You see
gonna
him.
double check.
You see him between Slate Point and Mauville, and after that, he leaves, and that's the last time you see him.
Birch is so bad, he can't even fend for himself.
Like Birch is last. I think if anything, Professor Oak goes above Elm, so Elm is second worst.
I think the only thing Oak has going for him against Elm is
His impact.
either the fact he was a trainer or nostalgia. Because technically Elm does
He's a
hit you
trainer.
up. He does
They
hit you up
gotta
throughout the
be.
game. That nigga gives you Togepi, dog, straight off the bat. Like he actually gives you two mons.
I think
So it's like-
if anything, Oak definitely still has that because of overall experience. Because not only is he a trainer, he's a professor.
You gotta give. Maybe we gotta give credit to where Elm is due. Like even when shit would go down, he'd call you or some shit like that. Like Oak is just all like,
calls you,
here's your
like-
dex.
He calls you twice.
He calls
Yeah,
you
but
like
that's a
3
lot
times.
more. That's a lot more than an old geezer being all like, here's your balls, dex, peace. Come on, dude.
But the thing about that is Elm
on, dude.
studied under Oak,
That's great. But
So?
he did a lot more than Oak. That doesn't change anything.
so he called twice, and that's it.
What did Oak do?
Oak did nothing.
Go ahead.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Aside from
like, he
his
really didn't
implied,
do much.
aside from his implied backstory of being a good trainer, what else is Oak's impact
There's
in
like
the game?
no substance.
If
on it.
anything, Oak is all a backstory character. That's all that he is. In the
it's
now,
one
he
of those-
doesn't do much anymore.
in Johto, Oak is more of a celebrity than a professor.
I mean, you're right. He does have a radio show.
He's a celebrity. He comes.
he went from Elite 4 level
he-
trainer to professor to a radio host.
This nigga's a pop star now.
He just like every level, every time you
I mean,
mention Oak,
I
and every little bit, he
think
just goes down.
it's petty this low on the list, but I would say to put him as a tie. Because like they both have their pros and
I
cons,
agree.
and it's kind of balanced.
I agree.
So the
I
final
agree.
list for professors is 5, 7, 6, 4. 1 is tied with 2, and then 3.
Yes. 3 is. I mean, 3 is definitely the worst. Birch is definitely the worst professor we've had.
That nigga-
Honestly, dog.
People just like him for his
Honestly,
personality.
if we have this conversation when Gen 8 come out, dog, I think Gen 8 might be the number 1 though.
What are they gonna
Deadass.
study?
We don't.
What are they
no
gonna
one-
study?
I
On what
don't know
grounds,
the study.
Nick? On
I
what
don't know,
grounds?
no. I want you
He's
to know,
just
dog.
hype.
No. Because like I've noticed this trend. Like as the gens like
what
progress.
if the Gen 8 progressor? Progressor?
Progressor?
Professor. What if the Gen 8 professor studies death? Like the death
Oh
of
my,
Pokemon.
that is as dark as. No, but my thing is what I noticed about like from the generations onward, the professors get more and more involved, right? And as involved Kukui is, I feel like the next guy is gonna be just as, if not more, involved.
He'll be your rival.
Shit.
But you know what? Now that we think about it, like it really does, the Like, you don't think about it until you actually lay out all the facts. Like, Kukui, initially we wrote him off as, like, whack as shit because he said he's battling. But that nigga is the champion. He is the definition of battling. He ends up becoming the standard for battling in the entire region.
Because he studies moves, and moves are all about battling.
This nigga went to Kanto, learned how to fight, came back and was like, I'm gonna start a Pokemon League. We're gonna do it. We're going to do it. I don't
know. That's crazy. We like insta-gassed Oak and shit on Kukui, but then you think about it, and they literally swapped places. They literally swapped places.
They actually literally on top because you can't have any of the professors.
Sycamore is. I like Sycamore.
I do too. But involvement.
He's dope.
Involvement.
He's dope
Sycamore.
To me.
Sorry, Juniper. Involvement.
I don't know. I don't really like her, but like she's pretty.
You
cool.
can't have any other professors because of her and her
honestly,
father. But
you know what's kind of wild? You know what's kind of wild is Juniper literally led you through the entire story. Because even in Black 2, White 2, like even in Black and White, she told you, go to Opelucid City and speak to Drayden about this. She literally knew what to do. Whenever something happened, she told you where to go, what to do, and who to speak to.
As soon as you beat him, it was like, all right, you're about to go to the Elite Four. Wait a minute. Take this Master Ball. It's like, oh shit. Bitch, what? Shit. You what? A Master Ball?
She casually gives it to you too. She doesn't even gas it up.
Like,
Elm's like, it's only given especially. But you know.
I'm so proud of you. I've seen you develop as a trainer. Here you go. Here gives you the Master Ball. What? What just happened? That honestly, this was probably the better discussion. I think when it comes down to story and what like the key factors into this was probably the best discussion out of most of these are gonna be. I think factual.
That's wild.
This one was productive.
You guys are the deciding factor in the comment section. You've heard our arguments, you've heard our reasoning for every generation. Let us know what you guys think about every topic and the overall in the comment section below. Again, this is part 2 of a short mini-series of sorts. A lot of people want, like, all these extra over-the-top stuff.
A weekly
we're not doing that.
It's
meant to be, like, cringy PBS style. That's the whole point behind it. So let us know what you guys think. Thank you to Nick, Nexus, and Mo for coming and sharing their wisdom. Their links will be included in the description below. Go and check them out. But until next time, you guys, we are Audi 5 Bajillion. Bye!